towards it all in simple. Maybe don't let it go at that, but there are a lot of...
CP squared has 51 5 degrees of freedom, making...
On the way home, I got hungry, and I ate it. We're Americans, and we only like competition, okay? I'm eating, and I'm reading a book, and this waitress comes up.
will terrorize.
You're muted.
I don't even know what that intro was for. So anyway, let's get on to the first idiocracy that we're going to get into, which is this conspiratorial bullshit. If this becomes an empty spot later, we played facts from Tom McDonald featuring Ben Shapiro, and we have to fucking play this because how stupid it is. So welcome everybody, and let's get into this idiocracy. Oh, I probably need to share that video, right? That's how that works. Is I need to. There we blow. Okay.
You got no guests or whatever or something like that.
Well, we do, but just hold on. Let's do this first, and then we'll get into the idiocracy. We'll bring in everybody, but we have to watch this because they didn't copyright claim me last time. So
Me offensive, controversial. It's only two genders, boys and girls. They can't cancel my message because I'm the biggest independent rapper in the whole freaking world.
I need
I'm
this
racist, yeah,
a lot
right.
quicker.
I'm unashamed because I'm white. If every Caucasian's a bigot, I guess every Muslim's a terrorist. Every liberal is right. I don't want to talk to folks who don't get it. Go woke, go hope. It's pathetic. Pro-choice pronouns, pro-love, you're progressive. So you ain't pro-gun, no one to protect it. Where the American flag set? Remember when people would hang those? They've been taken down, they've all been replaced with BLM flags or a rainbow. This ain't rap, this ain't money, cars and clothes. We ain't selling drugs, we ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns.
Okay, so you're pretending to be gangster rap, and you're talking about not selling drugs and not overdosing and not doing drugs and being a family person, and you look like that, homie. Anyways, let's keep blowing on. And once you hear what Ben Shapiro says, once again, I sped this up for a reason. I don't want to get copyright claimed, and I know it's kind of hard to hear what they're fucking saying, but it's better for your brain rot to not know what theyey're saying.
We won't turn your son.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, they won't let us do closed captions.
The thugs or your dollars in the holes. I don't care if I offend you. I was put here to offend you.
Nobody's offended by you losers. We're just laughing at the idiocracy of you both living and existing in this fucking world. Anyway. I'm just breaking it up a little bit and trying to not get it copyrighted. And what would Ben do? oh my god, I would sit there and I would make sure that my wife's pussy is not wet because a WAP is a bad thing. That's what my wife, who is a doctor, told me. If her pussy is wet, that means the pool boy is near. If I am near, she says that her pussy is dried up like the Sierra Desert. Okay, anyways, I'm sorry. Here we go.
Keep it real facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns, I'm the man who don't respect.
Listen, what does Ben say?
My money like listen, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a whack. Dog is
Okay, so he said his pockets are fat, but then just listen to what he says right after this.
Yamaka, homie, no gap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing.
You know what? We're gonna fucking bring in everybody, and we'll do everybody's intro in a second. I just want everybody to be in here to experience this with us. So we're just gonna bring everybody in. Y'all ready for this? Because it's happening anyways. We're just bringing everybody in so that we can all laugh at this, and then we'll do intros, or maybe not. It doesn't matter really, but like, oh my Jeebus! Once I saw this, luckily luckily for us, Hassan went over this and broke it down for us very nicely. And I think that somebody else went over it as well. I can't remember who it was, but anyways, here we blow. And then look at how their fucking sweatshirts look like. Everything was just ironed on to these sweatshirts. Look at how uncomfortable. Say that one more time.
Was it like last minute? Like they printed this off?
Yeah.
On their printer and put it on.
They put ironed-on decals on there for sure.
Yeah, that's what he does. This
top mark for a grade 7 like drama project, but
yeah.
You know.
And then look at this. Look at this. Facts don't care about your feelings. Yeah, we try to tell you that all the time, Ben Shapiro. We actually have the facts, and you all are the ones who are crying
about them.
In the song, he says he's just a white boy. If he's such a white boy, why is he trying to look not a white boy?
Yeah, why is he trying to WAP?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Look at how uncomfortable he looked. Go ahead.
And when he was editor-in-chief of Breitbart, see, they was using his Jewish mommy so that he could spread anti-Semitic conspiracy theories for Steve Bannon.
Yep, totally. Look at how I'm going to say it this way. This may be pseudo offense, but look at how this Jewish boy is so uncomfortable in this fucking sweatshirt.
Who puts their hands in their pockets like they're tough?
Dude, he's pushing down on the sweatshirt. Yeah. He's white knuckling inside of that sweatshirt like he's never white knuckled inside of his face before.
I put my hands in my pockets like that when I'm cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then one thing,
hoodie looks so thin.
It does. It does look like a warm hoodie.
It's the cheapest one they could find.
Of course it was. And then the thing I want to bring up right quick is Ben Shapiro is not as tall as McDonald. So he is on a soapbox, or they put them together. If you look at the lighting.
Or McDonald's further back. And that's like forced perspective. And then they show them from the side. He's probably on a box or something.
Yeah. And then if you look at the lighting closely, somebody else pointed this out. It wasn't me that fingered this out. You look at the lighting. See how in between them, there's the weird shadowing like on like the insides of them. So that means that most likely they were not together when they did this.
Yeah.
Or as Mom says, like one is standing further back. That will also change your lighting in between both of you.
Yeah.
And
I'm still gonna claim, allegedly, he's on a motherfucking soapbox or he's on a crate. I'm still gonna stick to that.
He's a short little twat.
That too.
Yeah,
he's a short
probably on
little
some
twat.
sort of box as well. Some sort of platform.
Yeah. And the only time he's ever gonna be on or inside of a box is when he's standing on a milk crate, because his wife won't let him get inside of her.
Because honestly, you don't see below their knees. You see just their to the knees, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. And if you can see where his knees are compared to Ben Shapiro's, they're definitely like on a different level. But anyways, let's keep blowing on with this idiocracy because we have so much insanity to go over. And
if you look, he's wearing really dark pants as well.
Yeah, and
then he's forcing that sweatshirt down like he's trying to make himself taller as that way too.
Yeah, he's trying to make himself look more like his body is
Uh-huh.
longer,
Right.
or and he's wearing fucking tight jeans, which men aren't supposed to wear. Ben Shapiro, remember, dudes wear baggy clothes because that's what fucking Alf. Never mind, I'm done with that pretending.
And
Let's go real quick.
And here's a fun thing. He's singing about, the whole world thinks the white people is racist. So from what I understand, everyone on the panel here is white, and there's only one minority on the panel that would be considered a minority, and that's because of religion. And there's not the racism here.
Nope.
Exactly. So, anyways, let's go on further to the idiocracy of them pretending that they're really cool for not getting strippers, not getting high, and not doing drugs, and paying their bills and having a family. Because that is so gangster. That's exactly what the gays
very
like.
gangster.
And then again, there is nothing wrong with that part of what they're
course
saying.
not.
Like,
No,
if you
but
want to
no.
be just a family man, like, yeah, go ahead.
But that's when you
don't
that's when you
pretend
do
that is being gangster.
Yeah, that's when you do a country song or you do a bluegrass song or an R&B song, not a hardcore gangster song.
Don't you fucking piss on country, you fucking cunt.
No,
Hey, there's
I'm
two
just
kinds.
saying,
There's only
that's
two
what it's
kinds of
for.
music: country and western. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck Western. They both suck.
Hey,
but it's more likely you would be singing about this bullshit than trying to be hardcore gangster, even though either one of them is not at all. So let's blow on a little bit further, and then we'll say hello to everybody and blah blah blah. I just thought this was going to be a fun thing to break the ice because some of the subjects we're going to be talking about are going to get a little dark. I'm still ebbing and flowing about talking about the dude the QAnoner who cut off his dad's head, who's an FBI agent and wrote a book and blah blah blah. I don't know.
Nice.
Holy shit! That's
I thought
sick.
QAnon people were not.
It just happened.
Were evil
Very
people,
sick.
but apparently they're very nice.
They're well.
Yeah, they
whatever.
just
Hey,
cut people's heads off like Al Qaeda.
He did a YouTube video where he held his dad's head in a bag and said how the LGBTQ and the liberals are the reason why he had to do this, and the globalists and blah blah blah. It's fucking crazy. So we might get into that today.
Vanilla ISIS, yes, Vanilla ISIS.
Vanilla ISIS. Oh my Jesus, that's fucking great. Somebody put that on the screen. Screen.
Oh God, 1990. You notice all the washed up celebrities, right?
You got it.
Who they all gravitate towards MAGA for their last little bit of attention.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're hoping that's gonna be dead soon, but let's keep blowing on. Anyway, so let's listen to.
That's got to be the comment of the week. Vanilla.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay,
ISIS baby. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, so let's blow on a little bit more with Ben Shapiro telling us about how you don't want your wife's WAP to be WAP and blah blah blah. Just keep listening.
Money on strippers and cars, you go into prison, I'm on television, dogs, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet, my comment section all woke parents. And I make raps off compound interest, y'all live with your parents. Nikki, take some notes, I just did this for fun. All my people download this, let's get a Billboard #1.
This ain't rap, this ain't money, cars and clothes. We ain't.
So you're asking for people to make you #1. That's not how you're supposed to do gangster rap, but whatever.
That's
and
true.
Then he said that you shouldn't be spending your money. You can make a crap ton of money and you can be rich, but don't spend it on hookers and blow and cars. Spend it on your family. That is so gangster, bro. Oh my God, dude.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
gonna go out and spend my money on hookers and blow and fucking cars. Now I'm just gonna get a girlfriend. I'm gonna get her pregnant. I'm gonna get a wife, and then I'm gonna get a family, and I'm gonna get the white picket fence.
And I'm gonna put her in the kitchen barefoot and pump babies out of her.
I'm gonna make sure she's always making me a sandwich.
Now,
and she keeps her mouth shut, right? She's not allowed to have an opinion. Okay.
Yeah, she got to
go
keep her
ahead,
mouth shut
Commander.
and make PB&Js.
So I can
he's doing this because of inadequacy. At least where I was living, it was like when Obama got elected, I noticed that there were a lot of people who were younger wearing fedoras and suspenders, and all the white men were getting tattoos and rebelling.
Right.
So maybe Ben Shapiro's old enough to remember when that short period of time when the younger folks thought it would be cool to troll the older folks by wearing the suspenders and fedoras. Ben, you missed your chance.
Yep.
They were not the yuppies. They were the hipsters, right? That's the hipster generation. Is that what we're talking about?
At least where I was living, the younger folks were trolling the grown-ups by when Obama got elected, because the Democrats were saying, remember the greatest generation? They were socially conservative and politically liberal. So that's why the older, whiter generation was getting tattoos at the time.
Yeah, exactly. Similarly. Okay, so let's blow on a little bit more. I don't know why my interwebs is okay. Now we should be better. But let's keep blowing on a little bit more with this, and then we'll get into idiocracy of the stuff that I have. Once again, I'm not 100% sure if we're going to go over that today, or we should make that a whole episode, because he supposedly wrote a whole book about like QAnon, I guess. I don't know. We'll get into the weirdos, although I have way too much stuff to go over before that. So
selling drugs, we ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns, ain't promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes. I don't care if I offend you.
Saying something anti-gun? Was he saying?
No, he says
was offending the gun nuts.
Well, he said earlier, we love the Second Amendment, but we're not going to be pushing guns. So what?
So what
there's
is
a
it?
handful of people. There's a handful of people that are saying he doesn't want black people to have guns. He wants all the white people to be
right
armed up.
And also, the liberals aren't turning or whoever he's talking about aren't turning people into hoes, women into hoes. They're not going to be turned into hoes because somebody says go be a hoe.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No.
They're go ahead, Al, right quick.
Well, I get to drag hose around all day long at work. Like
yeah.
That's a whole
big hose,
and,
right?
They're talking about.
Right.
Yeah, it's totally the
so I'll be
the
pimping is what
machinery
he's saying.
equipment. Yeah. Al's pimping
And
it.
So Al's not just bringing your cat, but also bringing hose.
Some of the hose I bring are cats. I bring some big yellow kittens around sometimes. You know.
The liberal position is you live your life. We're all grown adults, and unless you're taking away consent from others, I don't give a shit how you live your life. So that doesn't say that you can't have a traditional conservative
family
life for yourself and still be politically liberal. I mean, or you can live the way you want. No one's ordering you to go one way or the other. It's called tolerance.
Yeah.
And freedom.
Most of us on the left in the Americas, we are for consent and for letting people live their lives without being judged. So nobody's turning anybody into hookers or hoes or prostitutes on our side. What again he's doing is he's talking about black people, which is this thing is so racist because half of the things they're saying, they're not talking to white people. They're saying we don't do the same things that the others do.
Which is complete bullshit.
Complete bullshit. Because that's not exactly what's happening either. You know, there are way more. Look at fucking what's his name island, fucking Young Girl Island or whatever. It's a bunch of rich white people that are turning people into prostitutes and selling them into the sex trade and using young girls for whatever they want. Matt Gaetz. Anyways, so it's not the way that he's interpreting it. It's your side that is that way, and you're projecting it to say that,
of course,
this song is all over the place. They're not sticking to one set of people per se.
It's all stereotypes is what it is.
Yeah, and it's not they're not sticking with one group or another. They're bouncing around to a lot of different groups. So it'll be LGBTQ plus and whatever we now are all going under, and then they're going to go to gangster in the ghetto gangsters, and then they're going to go back to being like a white Ben Shapiro talking about like rich white people that they shouldn't spend their money on whatever. It's a very silly the way that they're like throwing this all around. Okay, so let's keep blowing on.
I was playing through a satire.
And you're not upsetting any of us, and none of us are like actually tripping on you idiots, especially when you say your feelings don't matter, only facts do, or whatever the fuck his dumbass shirt says that he always fucking says. No, you're the one. Yeah, you're the ones that are the feeling motherfuckers, not us. We're the fact people, where we're like, look at statistics. Okay, well, let's look at this and look at that, and let's put our ideas together to make a scientific version of something. Where y'all are like, I feel like Trump won the fucking election, so it must have been stolen. I feel like Jesus is in my heart, so I gotta do whatever he tells me. And it's like, no, you're the feeling motherfuckers, not us. We're unfortunately, it sucks about reality for us is we have to look at reality and be like, yeah, I wish that life was fairies, leprechauns, and other mystical creatures. I would love Sasquatch to be a thing, but it's not, as the best of our knowledge and the way that we can look at it.
The world would be better if it was like D&D. It would be so much more epic.
Oh yeah,
but we have to live in this world.
Yeah,
right. What about the lizard people though?
Well, we can't talk about them until 2032. So
okay. Sorry.
Before I get into trouble.
But there's some conspiracy nuts think the world's going to end in 2027. So take your pick.
Bag a little early.
Well, we have 2025 that there are a handful.
Oh, that's
of
true.
Saying that are Mama Baga or whatever her name is, that the blind lady that does all the predictions, like what's his name? Man who sits on toilet is high on pot. What's his name? Anyways,
was that the prediction?
No. But what's his name from the ancient times that he predicted 1.5 gazillion things? And yes, a handful of them have come true, because that's what happens when you make 1.5 million fucking predictions. I can sit here all day long and make 20 predictions a day. Eventually, will some of them come true?
One of them will come.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, maybe.
Right.
But
if you
do
throw enough
most of
stuff
them
at the
come
wall.
true? No. And same with Baba Yaga or whatever her name is. I know that's not right because that's that fucking deity, the Baba Yaga. But that blind lady, she predicted
that's supposed to live in the house with the duck feet, right?
Yeah, and she predicted this year and next year are going to be the end times and blah blah. But anyways,
and
let's keep going on.
Like with those predictions, if you throw enough shit against the wall, something's going to stick.
Mm-hmm.
Well, same thing.
The world will end one time.
Yeah,
it will end soon.
It
will end for one time. Yeah.
It's just like spaghetti. You throw enough spaghetti at the wall, eventually something is going to stick. So
for the right amount of time.
The jury is in.
The jury's in.
Have we said hi to Skids yet, by the way?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, hi, Skids.
We're going to say hello to the side chat as soon as we get done with this, and we're just going to play like 30 more seconds of it, and then we'll say hello to the side chat and say hello to everybody and do all this stuff. As soon as I started playing this song, I was like, everybody needs to get in on this and have fun with us. So I did not do in the right order, but that's how it goes.
That's fine. You know what? Yeah, a little change is good for the soul,
That's right.
Yeah, and I'm a little confuzzled today after the last 2 days of me dealing with drama and stuff.
Oh,
so,
Lord. Okay.
Yeah.
Being a dumbass.
Yeah,
Well,
because I'm a dumbass. It's completely
no,
my fucking fault,
no,
for sure.
it's definitely not.
I should have known. There was too many red flags for me to not know that, and we'll talk about it in a minute, maybe, or we'll barely go over.
Yeah, but there was
something
6 of them, and you thought you were at a theme park.
I thought the stripper was going to take off more clothes. Never mind. Let's keep going.
And you can scream, you can riot in the streets, you defunded the police. Now there's no one to protect you.
Dude, look at how lethargic he is. Okay, so let's let Tim Poop talk a little bit more.
Tim Poop.
Who's Tim Poop?
Tim Pool.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, sorry, it's Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro is
Oh,
the
okay. I thought maybe it was a tin
Okay,
poop,
that was
like
it.
a
That's
whistle
actually
Tim Poop. There we go. That's his new
Yeah.
name.
The only scene of the two of them together is that scene of them in the gray hoodies, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, but I know they say about
that's definitely photoshopped.
About the lighting
they've never met in real life.
Is McDonald's right side has shadow, but Ben's doesn't. So yeah, the lighting is definitely off.
Yeah,
Then they probably never even met.
No,
That's
not in
my
person.
guess.
They had a phone call together or something. Maybe
they were both in front of black green screens. They just put them all together.
Exactly. Because Ben Shapiro's never gonna really leave where he does most stuff. I mean, sometimes he does go on tour or he does leave his living space, but most likely he had a bunch of people come over and then they shot it in his basement or living room or some
In his
other
mom's
space.
basement.
Well, I think he has his mom living in his basement because of how much of a douche
Well,
he is.
Not voluntarily.
Allegedly.
Don't basement shame. Lots of subterranean lizard people are fine lizards.
I like living in a basement. It's not that bad. Anyways,
you know what's funny with people like that though? That are all talk about how tough they are and how this women this and minorities that. When they go home, the woman's like, "What? Get your feet off the table," and like they're probably pussy whipped at home.
They're like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. What, you didn't mean to do that."
That's the only way I knew how to put that. That the woman, rules the roost at the house, basically.
No, totally.
Mhm.
So let's say, hi everybody on the panel. Does anybody want to say anything before we get into the side of my chest and get into the meat and potatoes?
Nope. Let's do the side chats.
Do it.
Awesome. So we have a captive desk.
You do.
Hi, captive.
Hey, Cap.
Hi, captive.
We have a Lucifer.
The
Hail
light
Satan.
bearer cometh.
Hello.
Hail Satan.
Hello,
We have
Lightbringer.
Demon Orb.
The Orby.
Hello, demon orb.
Hi, demon.
Hello, demon.
Oh my
Welcome.
Jesus. Bloody Hell and Wu Taint is planning to sell cryptocurrency. Wait, Wu Tang is going to be selling. I don't know who Bloody Hell is, but I guess Wu Tang.
I think it's bloody hell. Wu taint.
Oh, okay.
Exclamation.
Okay. If there's somebody else you were saying for that, let us know. And then we have Jason. Welcome back. It's good to see you again.
Hi, Jason.
Hey, Jay.
And we have a spooky bed hair. Awesome to see you back.
Hey,
we have a
Spooky.
Jinx you.
Hi, spooky Jinx.
Hi, Jinx.
Oh, wait, what did you say? ICP, Insane Criminal Publicans? Oh, that's fucking good. Oh yeah, Jinx, that was a good one. Let's see. Classically Abby. Yeah, totes. Let's see who else is here. I'm guessing that we have a Schizma Crasher. Did I miss them somehow?
Yes, you
He's
did.
further up, yeah.
Hello,
Okay,
back.
and then
He's at
we
the
have
top of the hour and passed out.
And, yeah,
Okay,
and we got a back.
Yep.
And we
Hello,
have
back.
back.
Hello, back.
Drusilla, hello?
Hello, demon. I'm way behind.
My brain cannot see our sponsor.
Skits is at
Just fucking believe me,
top
he's
of
there.
the hour.
Just-
He's
just-
at 58 after. He's at 54
Fire
after. He
the
came in at
cat into the
54 after
mailbox.
2.
50,
Or
50.
There you
53.
go.
There you go.
Okay,
You got it.
thank you, because now we can just do this.
Timestamps
Yeah.
are very helpful.
Yeah. So just leave that up
Just
for a second.
open
We'll
up
do
the Crackpot here.
his commercial.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Excellent.
It looks like that we said hello to everybody. Let's just double, triple. Oh, and now I see all the Schizma stuff. It didn't load all the stuffs for me.
Isn't that strange?
Huh, that's weird. I just got all of those things. So, hey, Drusilla. It looks like we got everybody. If there's anybody
I
else
think
inside of the
so.
chat that we did not say hello to, go ahead and say hi to us. And if you want to be a lurker, fucking totally do that as well. We don't mind lurkers. We do enjoy when you all do participate with us as much as possible. And we try our hardest to respond to the side chat as much as possible. So Andrew Taint, Exactly. Okay, so let's do this right quick for the heck of it.
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by this channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard. Action Bastard, I need you. Action Bastard, I need you. Why am I wasting time dancing?
You want to know why? Because the world is fucking flat, dog. And everything that you see up there, as far as like planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second, are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're stupid. All right.
Yes,
so,
we had a Time Lord slip in the chat.
Yes, and by contract, my doctor has to be here for all the streams.
Yes.
To make sure that I'm doing well enough to keep going through the streams. Otherwise,
This is your week. This is your therapy session, basically. Right?
Yeah. And they make sure that I can make it through the stream as well. So welcome everybody, and I hope everybody's doing a little bit better than me. I got scammed and I had to deal with a bunch of bank stuff and Facebook and things and stuff, and so yeah, I got it all figured out. I got it. I got a new card. I got everything turned off. We got all the money back that was lost, and blah blah blah. I'm an idiot. I know I'm a dumbass.
No. Like those motherfuckers sometimes are slick.
They're getting very slick, I'll tell you.
I should have known though. Anyways, so let's go. I wish that my attorney and doctor was Hunter S. Thompson and Gonzo, right? It was Gonzo was his
Gonzo,
attorney.
He always had his companion there. This is my attorney. And yeah, maybe Slim, you should. I'm not saying swap. I'm saying like add the people you have on retainer in your entourage. You need to travel also with your attorney.
Yes.
Or Hunter S. Thompson's attorney. Or just a blow up doll of Hunter S. Thompson. Whatever you can find.
I mean, I will totally blow Hunter S. I mean, yes, a blow up doll of. God damn it. Yeah, do I want to buy a bridge? Totally. Sign me up, bed.
You know, I have a beach house. Down in it's in Albuquerque. Would you like to have a look at it?
Yeah, totally. I love Albuquerque. Albuquerque's my favorite place.
I have a beach lot. Anybody want to buy a beach lot?
A beach lot?
Beach lot.
I don't know. Do you have the exclusive rights to sell beaver tails on that lot? Okay.
There's no beavers here.
Well, I know, but you can sell the tails.
Yeah, if you can get them shipped in.
You drive them over. You drive them over, and you set yourself up on the bit.
Do you know what a drop bear is? Watch out for the drop bears. Let's see, what are the other the jackalopes? Let's see what are
we have jackalopes. I don't know if we have drop bears in that end.
It's only an Australian thing. Australia,
snipes. Make sure you look out for the snipes too.
The snipes, and then also, how do you catch a haggis? The animal. Because haggis is an animal, supposedly.
The haggis. I mean, I just boil a bunch of meat and put it in a sheep's stomach. But
they're relatively slow. They're basically, big and fat with skinny legs, They're like majorly overweight chihuahuas, so they're not hard to catch.
And that's what she said. Anyways, let's keep going. Okay, so let's get into. Let me see. That's Watch Mojo. That's top. That's that. I'm trying to make sure we don't go over the same channels. So here we blow. Let's go over strangest conspiracy mysteries that'll creep you out. Let's go over that for the beginning. And then there's so many other stupid things that I have that, oh my Jesus. Let's blow with this first. And then I want to get a little bit more information about the gentleman, or I shouldn't say gentleman, the dude who cut off his father's head, who is an FBI agent because he blah blah blah. Like, oh my Jesus Christ! Like getting into that. Yes,
And I just have to bring something up. MAGA Mike said he wasn't going to fund Ukraine until he gets the answer as to whether or not Ukraine's going to turn into
Number 10.
Afghanistan. So you brought up that this QAnon cut someone's head off like the fucking Taliban.
Right, right.
He's got the...
So dumb.
You stop.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Commander. You cut out.
I was just
He's
saying
got
that
the-
maybe... And also the Russians cut people's heads off like the fucking Taliban too.
Sure, but I believe the Russians are more notorious for pushing people out of windows from
while they're in bathtubs.
Yeah, while they're moving a bathtub.
While they're moving a bathtub. That's right.
Whoever it was, he was moving a bathtub with his wife and somehow seriously fell out of a window moving a bathtub.
I think he was also making toast at the time in the bathtub.
Yeah, well, there was a toast thing going on in the kitchen or something, and it was some weird situation that they put together that definitely is a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We totally fucking killed this dude, like allegedly. So, anyways, I don't want to get a drone flying through my window.
Oh, but you get it. You'll get it. You'll get the drones.
I'm gonna be getting something soon, I'm sure, but hopefully it won't be exactly that. But let's blow on to this. So this one is gonna go over some of the silly stuff that we've kind of gone over. We're gonna go over this one, and then we'll go to number 3, 2, 1, and then we'll go to another subject or another list kind of thing. I think is what we were gonna kind of do today. I do have one or two things that we can go over, as well as a bunch of news articles about crazy shite. But let's see how far we get with these, because we're already 42 minutes in. So let's listen to this, even though we've already gone over Tartaria.
The Tartaria conspiracy theory is one that's been gaining popularity in recent years. The theory questions how humans were able to build impressive structures and suggests that some ancient technologically advanced civilization was responsible for buildings such as the Great Wall of China and the Capitol in Washington. And that ancient civilization...
Hundreds of thousands of people died to make a lot of these large structures.
Right?
Pyramids,
like
the Great Wall, and a handful of other things.
Mhm.
No, but it was aliens and giants
Of
that
course.
worked together to make all this stuff through Tartarian, blah, blah.
Because
proof.
evidently, because white people can't figure out how it was done, therefore aliens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was watching a thing today from Ancient Aliens, the History Channel's YouTube, and it was an Ancient Aliens thing about how aliens were involved in the Civil War in the Americas.
Oh my God.
2 minutes into
No.
it got taken down. As I was watching it, it literally, there was a sign that
Wow.
I've never seen before. It said, "This is not available anymore." So I had to refresh, and I refreshed, and I went out, and I took away my data, right? And I came back in, and I clicked that again, and it was like, "This is now a private video. This is not for watching." And it's like, dude, it started getting really racist. It was like, well,
No
the
wonder.
South was blah blah blah, and it was like, and I was like this close to being like, oh my God, we're gonna go over that today. I was like, I don't give a fuck if it is History Channel and it's Ancient Aliens. I was like, no, we're gonna go over this, and then they fucking blocked it and made it a
damn.
private video, and I was like, but it was
They
getting
realized
so racist, it was scary.
this is going to get our channel ripped. We shouldn't be playing it.
Or YouTube came to them and it was like,
Or
"Come on,
somebody
motherfuckers."
reported it.
Yeah, they probably got warned. Hey,
The
you
algorithm was
really
like,
can't-
yeah.
yeah, because it started getting racist as fuck. It was like, so the aliens were the reason they were going to take over and it was like, oh my Jesus Christ, no, weirdos. Like, it was crazy. It was like claiming that some of the southern generals were connected with aliens or something weird like that. And it was like, what the fuck is going on? So if they ever make that public again, we will somehow figure out a way to do that, because it was insane.
Jeez,
somebody just popped in. Okay. And yes, to catch a haggis, you need a purple burglar alarm and a super massive black hole. Exactly.
Is that like to catch a predator, to catch a haggis?
Yeah, to catch a haggis. With what's the guy's name from that?
Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen.
Have a seat,
catch
please.
a haggis with Chris Hansen. Oh my Jeebus. And it's only the young haggis there. Never mind. So let's blow in with this a little bit more, and then we're going to get to 3, 2, and 1, because most of us know about the other ones, and then we'll blow on to some of the other crazy crap that I've found.
And originated in Central Asia. Old European maps of Asia often feature a huge area of land known as Grand Tartary. It encompassed Siberia, the areas today known as Mongolia and Kazakhstan, and much of China.
But somehow they were really, really white instead of being Asian, which doesn't make any fucking sense, because, like, I don't believe that the Cain and his descendants came from that area. I don't believe. And those
No,
were
they
the
came
white
from
people,
Middle
right?
East.
It was,
Mhm.
Yeah. And
Well,
that's
olive-skinned.
the pure,
Not white, olive-skinned.
Okay. Well, it wasn't. It was who is the person who made the first white people or whatever. I thought, yeah, okay, maybe it's not. I don't remember. Anyways, I'll remember in a second.
Yeah.
According to this conspiracy theory, this represented the Tartarian Empire, the technologically advanced empire of giants that once ruled the world.
Yes, Dracula.
The people spread across the
Dracula.
globe to as far away as New Zealand and created architecture to match their huge intellect and larger than human.
No, it's like Solomon, or I don't remember. It's one of the fucking Bible people.
Dracula created the emo race, basically.
Yeah, well, that's where the emos and the goths came from.
Yes, exactly.
Human persons. At some point in the past, maybe even as recently as 100 to 200 years ago, a great mud flood covered the globe. The Tartarian Empire was wiped out, taking the superior technology with it. The giants of old were also wiped out, leaving behind relatively small humans. Most of the grand buildings that the Tartarians built were lost, but some remained. A few became known as monuments built by ancient humans, such as the Great Wall of China and the pyramids in Egypt. Others were less conspicuous and were able to blend into the towns that modern humans built for themselves. But believers in this conspiracy theory say,
yeah,
except for the fact that most
this
go
bullshit
first, please.
is related to the Thule Society bullshit, and because like it's technologically advanced white supergiants. Is this sounding familiar from World War II?
Right.
Yes, exactly. The Nazis were pushing a lot of this conspiratorial theories.
Yeah, the nasals.
Yeah, the nasals. The Nazis.
Oopsie nazies.
Yeah. And so some of the things that these people claim to have been built by these giants and or the white race or whatever, or technologically advanced species, actually took hundreds of years sometimes to be built. So large cathedrals and other structures like that. I wish off the top of my head I could remember a handful. But the other thing that happens is these things start breaking down, and you have to refurb them. You have to rebuild them. You have to make sure that they're a working structure again. So we already have that information still, that we know how to rebuild those things, you fucking idiots. It's not lost technology, you dumb cunts. We know how to build the fucking Wall of China. We know how to build the pyramids. We literally can rebuild anything we fucking want in modern times. We've not lost the technology. It's just spaces in how they exactly built things, or the real process, or how many people built it. Were they slaves or were they not? Was it their home people? Was it, I mean, like with the Great Wall of China, most of the people were people that lived there. and their bones are inside of the fucking wall because a lot of them died. You can look in the walls and find the bones and the remnants of the people who built that. Same with the pyramids, with the little the villages that we found next to different pyramids and or structures, and in other places where we can prove that there were this many thousands of people living here, and then they think every 3 months they rotated through people, and I'm just gonna say this really fast, and I 100% don't have proof, but there is a thought process that it wasn't the Jews that were enslaved to build the pyramids per se.
You are correct. You are correct. It was, see, the Nile floods every year, and while that's great for making fertile farmland, it kind of sucks for people's farmland is flooded and they got nothing to do. So you got this labor force here, you got really nothing to do, and rather than people cause trouble, the pharaohs had the building projects to keep people busy, keep the money flowing. And there's theories, right, about, the Israelite slavery in Egypt. It might not have been slavery, but it might have been a social demotion, because there is some archaeological evidence for the story of Joseph. And over time, you lose your high status and basically have to do work that you don't want to do. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking more of they were. I think that the Jewish people that were in that area were more used to help work on it, but weren't, just like you said, weren't technically slaves per se. And neither were the people that were working on the pyramids that were the locals or the regular.
A slave would not have the honor to work on that.
Well, and they were given a thing of beer or mead for a day's pay, and then there's a handful of other things they were supposedly given. And then when we've dug up the little villages that are next to these structures,
the people that worked on it were taken care of very well.
And they found large cooking areas. They found large other things that showed.
They looked in your pants. Oh,
yes, exactly. Haiti. But yeah, sure, exactly. The people who were working, the lower down of them technically were servants. There wasn't as much slavery going on in some of these places. Well, we're talking about Egypt right now. The Great Wall of China was built completely on that slave laboring of their people, and that's why there's so many bones of those people inside of
actually next to the walls, because rotting bodies in the walls would cause structural instability.
Sure, but there are still a lot of evidence, and there's a lot of bones they have found when rebuilding the wall that it is next.
Next to them.
Yeah. So, anyways, the pyramids were my hats. Totally. Anyways, let's keep. Actually, that's all that we need to hear. We all know. Oh, wait. We want to get into the mud flood. Hold on. That's what they're going to talk about in a second. The mud flood. I love talking about mud floods.
Go to Taco Bell and get a mud flood afterwards. Chipotle, it's either heaven or mud flood.
Jeebus. Dude, have you looked up all of the times that Chipotle has poisoned people and gotten, I want to say it's salmonella. What's the thing that grows on cabbage and lettuce? What's that bacteria?
Not sure.
I don't know. E. coli and
E. coli. There we go. So there's been
experience with Chipotle. It's either you're in heaven or the next day you're shitting everything out. So
yeah, exactly.
So you go from heaven to hell?
Yeah.
Yes, totally. Basically. No, but literally there has been many breakouts of E. coli in Chipotle
But
restaurants
I
around the
really
country
don't get
and
it.
in New
Like,
York. There was 12 times that it happened in like
do
a year or
food
year and a
places
half.
over there not get checked or something? Or
Dude,
what?
they're
What's
supposed to, but it's like kind of lax to some extent. It's really, really
or is
yes,
America that
exactly.
corrupt that they just pay off the people and
Well,
just
it's
eat your
kind
shit?
of that, and or you can get 3 to 5 warnings on a certain thing in each time that you get searched, and you get 2 weeks to fix it. Sometimes they do shut you down for a couple days, but most of the time they give you a warning and they let you fix
Yeah,
it in
but
2
like,
weeks. They'll come-
don't those warnings accumulate? Like if you
Yes,
get
so
if every year you get like 5 warnings, like, hey, you're not doing something right.
yes.
You only do it right when we tell you to do it right.
Well, that's for mom and pop shops. For
You're
corporations, they can keep paying off people.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
a
you gotta be
little
careful.
different. Yeah. Make sure that I don't know. I wouldn't go to that restaurant. Allegedly, all of these things happened because I'm not 100% sure about
At that
exactly the numbers
at
of
that
things.
particular
But
in that particular
alleged,
geographic region, at that particular place that has not been named, identified, or located.
yeah,
We've heard.
allegedly, whatever I just said happened, and maybe it didn't.
Well,
Please
it
don't
could be
sue me,
from it could
Chipotle.
be.
No, I'm just
Well, I
kidding.
just want to point out
But
some of
then
these
again,
places are
I do have
supplied
to say, like, if you are like a big chain, like for example, if you take McDonald's and like if every year there's one like if every year there's somebody that's get poisoned in a different restaurant, that's not a lot of instances per restaurant.
No.
Yeah.
Even if
Like,
you get like 10 people a year, because they
No,
got
if it's not rampant, it's not that. It's I'm not putting down any individual experience, but yeah, no, like if it's few and far between, it's not necessarily a rampant problem for that particular institution.
Yeah, and
So
as I
what?
said, like the bigger you are, of course, the more instances of mistakes you're gonna have. Like,
Well, I also wanted to point out that there's centralized supply that can go to multiple different places. So like
Yeah.
like a place like, and I'm not accusing any of these things, but GFS, Cisco, Flanagan, like those companies, they'll go and they'll make a milk run where they drop 2 cases of lettuce at like 19 different restaurants. And if they
Yeah.
picked it up from, the warehouse and it was like that, whether it happened prior to them having it in their hands during or at some other point,
Yeah.
those restaurants are not necessarily in the habit of like doing some sort of a bacterial culture test on every shred of lettuce they send out the door, right?
Totes.
no, that's true.
So
yeah.
What I have to
Well,
say is do not play with your butt while you're before making a salad. Please wash
Yeah.
your hands in
And-
between
and-
or put on gloves.
And like it's also like the more often you're shooting, the more often you miss.
Sure. I mean,
like,
you definitely should
it's just-
understand the way to
like the bigger you are, the more mistakes there will be made.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
the
yeah.
more
Sure,
people
they're
that
I was
are,
gonna say,
that
if
are
you
there.
shoot, if you don't become a better marksman over time, you're doing something wrong.
No, but still, no, but like,
yeah,
not
I know
percentage wise.
what you're saying. I'm being,
if you yeah.
So really
But-
quick. So
the
really quick.
company
Really quick.
I work for,
Yeah.
we deliver to a fast food chain. And they get really, 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 really bitchy when you go and pick up the beef from the supplier, where this is the only company that we do this for, where we get our asses out of the truck into the back of the truck, and they want us to count every goddamn case and check the temperature of the beef in the front and in the back before we even go.
Yeah.
And if it's not between a certain range, then basically our day is shot to shit.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not getting it.
exactly. So, really quick, Lucifer has some amazing thing to say. If you ever watch Kitchen Nightmares, if you ever watch the bar thing, I forgot fucking with what's his name. Anyways, and then Hotel Hell and the other thingy mabobbers that are where they go into establishments, bars, clubs, hotels, resorts, and all that stuff. When you see, like, some of that is done for production. What they do is sometimes is they need help with their books. So what they do is there is a director, or bar rescue. Thank you so much, Captive. You'll have a producer that will come in and they'll be like, you know what? Don't clean your kitchen for like a week, right? And then they come in and then they have fucking Gordon Ramsay, or they have fucking what's his name from Bar Rescue come in and be like, oh my God, there's well, it's all set up. They just let that happen for, just so they could have production. Because if they came in and everything was clean and they just aren't doing their books right, then we don't have a show. Everybody needs to remember that all of the
reality shows aren't complete reality.
No, there's no way for
most of them aren't.
All of them are not, because when you have $1 million being put into production and you have all these people that are trying to make money, which are the producers, make money off of it, and you want to have good ratings, you actually will make a basic script and you'll have a basic setup. You can't just have a whole television production crew on a whim, running in and out of cars, going and having audio that works, running through different rooms, or changing locations constantly. Do you know how much wiring and how much cabling it takes? Even if you have most battery packed stuff, there literally is still cables going fucking everywhere, and they only go so far for so long. And yes, you can be a portable system, but when you have 12 people on a set where it's the director, which you have to have one no matter what, the lighting person, the sound guy, and then the 3 or 4 cameras, and then there's a person behind each camera who makes sure that camera person doesn't fall over. Or if there is cables, they're the cable, and then you have a gaffer, then you have this, you have so many things on a production. You have to have the person who runs the craft table, and the craft table is the food. There's always a craft table, even if it is a reality show. So that means there's a cook, there is a bartender, there is somebody serving that food, because rich actors and actresses, they don't want to serve themselves a fucking platter of fucking cheese and fucking meat. No, they want somebody to fucking serve it to them. So they have to pay somebody on fucking schedule pay, or whatever that's called. I can't remember off the top of my head. The right pay for working, scale pay. Thank you. Scale pay for working in a union, because everybody works in a union in all of these things. They're getting paid a crap ton of money to stand there and just serve food. You don't understand how many people are involved in this. So they don't just go on a whim. What they do is they're like, okay, housewives of your mom's vagina, whatever it is. Okay, what are we gonna do today? You're gonna stay in the house for a second, and then we're all gonna go to the club, and then we're gonna go to the beach or something, right? And so they write out a basic script, and they're like, hey, it would be kind of nice if you kind of got in a fight over this, you know what I'm saying? They're like, or they leak something to you, like, did you find out your boyfriend slept with the fucking other homegirl or something, right? Now we have a fight. Now you've got confrontation. Now you have something that's going on that's going to cause people to watch and talk about it, and then TMZ can go and make magazine covers that say, did you saw that the fucking blah 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 slapped blah 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 into the pool or something, right? Now we have confrontation. Now we have money being passed around. Now advertisers want to buy ad space on that television program and or through the magazine or other things that are, you know what I'm saying, it causes commerce, the more insanity that happens on the screen. So it is written out some way, shape, or form, because most of these places that have chefs, bartenders, and people that are professionals, they know to clean stuff. They know to not let the fucking grill get that fucking dirty. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these are
Yeah, no, it's
well,
I've worked in a lot of these places. The vast majority of them are great. There are a few outliers, but mostly they take it super freaking seriously, and they are like Brainless brought that up before, right? Like they are checked and tested like at least every few months.
Yes.
And if you have a good record, you want to keep it. You do not want to put like where we are, I believe it's province wide. If you get a bad rating, you have to put a yellow card up in your window, and otherwise you got to put up a red one if you get closed. And when you get to put the green card back up, there's slightly smaller at the bottom. It shows what your last card was, whether it was green, yellow, or red. So patrons can see when they come to your door, oh, they're green now, but they were red last week. You can tell.
And then once again, what we're talking about is bar rescue, hotel hell, which is high-end versions of these things.
Yeah.
They rarely go into a dive bar. It's
Right.
usually a middle or high-ender kind of thing. Even though there is a
should
handful.
be doing okay.
I believe over here they like every place that does that serves food gets checked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like even if you're a convenience store and you make corn dogs, you have to get checked here. Even if you're just warming up food.
It over here, I don't know if it's different in other states, but I know about food trucks in Colorado. You have to go through 3 times more hoops to prove that you're not killing people than any storefront or any set a place, because you're driving around with meats and eggs and a handful of other things and chicken, and so that you actually
it has a bigger chance of fucking up.
And so they're a little bit more.
Yeah,
so they are really stringent about. Yeah, they're already really stringent about stuffs, but again, that's why I was saying they're faking this. Anyway, so let's get into the mud flood, because we're going to talk about the mud flood in just a second, and then we get to laugh.
Yep. God.
Laugh about this fucking dumbasses.
Are we going to be looking at Roger, the professor emeritus at Mudflood University?
Roger.
I have a few of his videos ready for the deep state.
Oh, he's real fun to watch.
I was going to go over his protege. We might be going over his protege. Protege, who says that there's 50-foot dragon skeletons on the ends of jetties and
there's a few out there like that that do that.
Yeah, 50 feet is so small for a dragon. Anyways, so let's go on to this, especially if you've never heard about the half windows. If you don't know what the half windows are,
God, I do.
Yeah, I think most
of
us do.
I've heard of that too.
But if you don't know about the half windows,
I do.
Say that there's still evidence that these were built long before our modern times. For example, many of these buildings have windows that appear to be cut off by the ground. These are full-sized windows built into the basement, but only half of them can be seen from the outside. The buildings also have high ceilings, which would be pointless for humans and are better suited for...
That what he just said. that like you can use that as such good proof. Like, oh, we can only see half the window. Then go inside the building and show the other half of that window.
That's not there.
This guy had never seen a window well before.
So this is how the world works. Before
apparently basements aren't a thing anywhere in the world. You know, it's all
never been a thing. Window wells aren't a thing, and urban development doesn't make window wells like a really, really tiny / non-existent when development happens around an older building.
Right.
So the main thing that these things were built for originally was before electricity. Because what do you not want to do when you only have a candle or gas lighting?
Yeah.
Set it
You
on
don't want to
fire.
no. You don't
have
want
an enclosed place where you don't have any access to fresh
ventilated.
air.
Well, that's true
Thank
too.
you, Commander. You want fresh air. You want to not kill yourself by dioxide poisoning. I don't remember which one. I don't remember it's carbon or
Carbon
monoxide.
dioxide.
yeah.
It
Carbon
is.
monoxide. Carbon
Sure.
monoxide.
Thank you. You don't want
Both
to
will
kill
kill
yourself
you.
through that.
Well,
Yeah,
you can even
both of them.
asphyxiate just
but
by
it's the
burning up too much oxygen and not.
That's
having
true.
So anyways, that, and then you can open up those windows, which would cause an airflow to come into there anyways. So
Correct.
once again, it is to bring in light into a place where you don't have electricity and you don't have light sources everywhere. And it's easier to have a free light source, which would be a vented window or a half window that would bring in light, so you don't have to keep a candle in there, or like there's no reason to, other than you want it to be musky and you want it to be damp for like keeping wine or keeping certain types of products, right, that you would want. Then you wouldn't want to have those extra things, sure, but they're made so that you have light source coming in and you can open up a window to bring in air to circulate, so you do not gas yourself out.
Yeah.
Even if you do not have gas lighting or candles that would be burning up the oxygen, there is a thing where spelunkers will go into caves at certain points and there'll be no oxygen at certain levels. And that's why they put on like oxygen masks and stuff. So even if you have a depressed area underground, that may still fill with all the heavier gases. And what would that be? Is the monoxides and or any other gases that would be heavier. And let's say that you had a rubbing alcohol or an alcohol in a basement and it somehow sprung a leak,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no ventilation. As soon as you walk down there, you're fucking dead, because you're going to pass out and then you're going to keep. I mean, this is
or even just a spark. You could blow the place up with a spark.
Or you could blow, or you could blow the whole building. I've done that a couple. Anyways,
blow me down.
Well, there's also propane is heavier than air, and so it will sink to the bottom, and so it can.
And that's
it
what I
will
was
stay
getting
there.
at.
It won't ventilate well.
And that's what I was getting at, is any other gases that would be heavier are going to sink to the bottom of whatever. And then if you go down there, your kids, anything, an animal, then it could die. And or like you said, a busplosion. You could busplode the whole place by like anything can cause a spark. Like people don't realize that like rubbing your pants together in certain places causes static electricity. There's static electricity cactuses. They're called jumping cactus. If you've never experienced them, thank God you've never experienced them, because like as you're walking, go ahead, Brandon.
And a simple example, like yesterday at work, I dropped my screwdriver. That sparked on the concrete floor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it doesn't take much.
Everything can cause
like
a spark.
if that would have been a gas-filled room
area.
Well, not completely gas, because you do need oxygen. It would have gone boom.
Exactly.
So, and there is the need for sparkless tools in certain environments, including in silos and places like that, where you have like airborne dust that's extremely easy to ignite.
And
so yeah,
the
people
other,
that work with grains and flours and sugars and all like that.
And the other thing that isn't exactly or busplosions, but when you're working on electronics, like say motherboards or green boards and circuits and stuff, you'll actually wear a grounded thingy-mabobber sometime. So you're grounded constantly. So you
static electricity is a bitch.
And there's static dissipating. I built a lot of static dissipating floors, and you actually put there's a special glue, a special tile, and a special copper strip that goes to ground. I bet Brainless has dealt with this, and you actually have the entire floor is specially grounded to make sure that you can't discharge, and then you'll have like a place you put your hand to make sure you don't spark into your like your processors and other high-end electronics that need protection.
Exactly. So once again, there's a lot more to this that
now they usually don't
is
have that on
taken
farms.
into place, that why the reason there are these half windows. And once again, somebody mentioned, I think it was Al, they're also escape places too. So in case you can't get out, you still have technically a way, like not a fire exit,
Still a means of
per
egress.
se.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but if you needed to fucking get out that little fucking
Yeah,
window,
it's a
most
window.
people should.
A narrow window well would give you. It allows extra light, and
Yeah.
it gives you a secondary means of egress. And that
Hopefully,
is
yeah,
important.
exactly. And once again, these idiots are looking at it from the outside and not the inside. So maybe it is a fucking stairwell. Maybe it is an escape place. Maybe it is something other than just a half window. And again, it was done to cause something for a reason. There wasn't a flood that caused things to go halfway down, and then we decided that we were just going to build the street at that fucking level because we're lazy. No, motherfucker. If that actually happened, we still would dig down to make it be street level. Like every time
because people don't want to lose part of their house. And
yeah,
also
every time.
And
Go
also,
ahead.
how often are houses built on a hill?
Yeah.
Like, and if you
Yeah,
have your front door at street level and the back side of the house is higher,
yeah, it tilts.
It's
you're
like a
not
basement,
gonna
yeah.
put your floor in sideways, in an angle.
It happens. Yeah, no, like people have like these split homes where it's like half of your main floor feels like a basement because there's no windows or there's high windows. But also consider the fact that in an older city, some of the buildings that date back to original settlers, maybe not original, but like if they've made it through a few fires and disasters, you're literally gonna have situations where your building might have had a field around it, a yard around it, other buildings that have been torn down or lost. And so what you see now and what was there before are not like the streets might have been filled in around them, and they might have buried windows part way or tightened up window wells to get sidewalks and streets that were never needed before.
Yeah,
And not like what's around that building has changed over a couple hundred years.
So if you look at like New York's some of those windows that are basement windows, you can see there's like different leveling of it, or they'll make a little space outside of it, and you can see that they've had to build up the street or sidewalk to where 50 years ago it probably was lower, but then they built it up because they wanted to put like the right kind of concrete or the right type of
or handle drainage
and then,
or infrastructure underneath and
so
stuff.
yeah,
like,
you can see a little bit of building up, but that doesn't mean there was a motherfucking flood that did this. And everybody in the side chat is doing this right now, and yes, let's go over this. So yeah, the ancients built
what am I missing?
The White House while with
Well,
the
that's
Statue
the
of
Capitol
Liberty.
Dome.
The China.
And the
Capitol. Sorry, it's the Capitol. And then
and
all
that's
of these
a
Asian,
Soviet building in the background there. That's actually
Yeah.
like 20th century.
Yeah, and then look at that fucking crane. And then, dude, I mean, all of this mixed together is fucking hilarious.
I
and
know.
then these walls, and then this building, and then
Yeah,
of
that
course, the
building
flat
you
Earth is
just
in the
circled,
background.
that's 20th century. That last big building that you
exactly.
Right.
That's in Russia.
Yeah,
20th
and then
century, built by the Soviets.
Then they're saying these modern cranes were Tartarian age. Yeah, fuck you, motherfucker. There's no way that that's a fucking thing. Like, it's so crazy.
And don't forget, those spires are were to collect free energy out of the ether.
Oh, no, it totally.
We can't forget about that.
All of these things
Yeah.
collect free energy. With each level collects its own free energies, and it gets stored in a battery under.
Right,
in this
and they had
guy's
flying
anus.
machines, the whole 9 yards. I mean, it's just amazing, the technology that we don't even. We don't
can't
have even have any bits of anymore for some reason.
We can't even comprehend. Anyways, all right. So
Can't even
look at the dude.
comprehend.
There's a bird. There's a bird, dude. Like, look at all of the
Yeah.
symbology in here is insane. Look at all of this. It's crazy how much they mix this all together. And like, how
Mhm.
could anybody fucking believe this was fucking real? Like, it's insane. Okay. Let's. Oh shit!
Well,
I got to
there's
do
people that
that.
believe
There we go. Well,
For people
we
much
got
taller
flat
than we
earthers
are.
still.
Evidence also comes from old photographs.
Vaulted ceilings were done for a handful of reasons, and the rich liked having vaulted ceilings because it made them feel important. It was not done because of fucking giants, you psychopaths.
Right.
And just because they
No,
made large doors does not mean that those doors were fucking made for giants. Because
I mean,
in
those
most
large
buildings
doors
that
had smaller human-sized doors in them for a
all
reason.
over. Thank you, Mama, for saying that. Yes,
like
they
if you
did
can
have a
build
handful
big
of outer
with
doors.
with excess, like that shows how much fucking money you've got.
Yeah.
And at one point in time, maybe they wanted to bring an organ into there. Maybe they wanted to bring a large structure
That as
into
well.
it. So they were the person building it, or later on they were like, well, how do we get this fucking in here? Oh,
Yeah.
well, let's just make this fucking door tall and make this door tall to get to
Mhm.
this room, right? Instead of fucking opening up the ceiling and bring, you know,
Right?
so
Make it big on
yeah,
purpose. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, because they knew the douche nozzle, the fucking rich dude, was gonna fucking bring in something fucking huge. You know what I'm saying? So they were just like, "Fuck it, let's put in a bunch of big ass doors, so we don't have to put in."
Wait,
there's no such thing
they
as,
knew
like,
that we're
roll
gonna bring
doors.
in Shani. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
Al, you're
they
thinking of
were
French
rolling-
Canadian Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin.
There's-
Yeah.
That is Kevin.
Yeah.
He thinks that there's 40 giants.
Yeah,
There's
He
that.
is wrong.
There's a
Sorry, that was-
building right in the background where you can see part of the building
Mhm.
is go up. No, go.
Sorry.
Oh, I was going to point out that there was a building that was
Yeah.
built on a hill, and part
Yeah.
of it has its foundations in the hill, and part
Yep.
of it has its right there. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then the way
So
the street goes,
covered a woman
which
who
came
swore
first, the building or the hill? The hill.
I covered a woman who swore San Francisco was built on hills because of the mud flood. They didn't want to dig it out.
Yeah, no,
It's
that's
known that
that's
that's
right.
an actual hill mountain range right there that goes down the
No,
coastline.
no, come
And
on,
so
Mom.
look at
That's not true. There are no mountains there.
yeah,
The
no,
coastal-
San
coastal mountains
Francisco
are
is
a
fucking
myth.
flat.
That's true. You're right. Coastal mountains
Yeah.
are a myth.
Christ.
All the
Mhm.
coastal mountains are a myth. I know
what's-
that.
What's the motherfucking hill, the curviest hill in San Francisco? What is that street called?
Oh my gosh. You're thinking of Lombard Street.
Are you thinking
Yeah,
of one
yeah,
where
I've
there's,
never
like,
I've been
been
down
down
that.
that
Back to
fucking
park
street.
on
Yeah,
where
I've been down it. Mm-hmm.
that shit is
Yeah.
scary as fuck to go down.
It
You
is.
feel like your car is going to lose its brakes, and you're like, if I don't turn hard enough, I'm gonna go right into this fucking building.
We
Like,
didn't go
it
down in a
is
car.
a
We
scar-
actually walked down the sidewalks
Okay,
down
okay,
to the bottom
okay.
of it.
Oh, wow.
No, we drove
Talk
down it
about
on
shin
accident.
splints.
well, that would be fun to do with Shani.
Yeah,
You
just
roll
roll her
her,
down
you
the
go
hill.
down.
She would
At the
definitely
time
hit a
we
house
went,
and take it down.
they blocked it off. Nobody can go down in their cars in it anymore.
Okay.
It's like a
We
private
went
driveway
there-
for the people that live there. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
yeah.
good thing. Because if
yeah.
I lived in Frisco, they'd make me deliver a hoe halfway down that hill.
Uh-huh.
Just based on things
Okay,
they've asked me to do around here.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that'd be
yes.
fun.
Mhm.
We'll talk about that in a little minute, for
Mhm.
sure, Commander. And I should
sir.
be able to be there. I don't think I have an
Yeah,
event this weekend, so
Yeehaw.
hopefully I will be there. But
Oh, cool.
look at the lines that I drew for this, right?
Yeah.
There's the hillside in the back,
Yep.
and then that
Yep.
hill goes that way, and then
Mhm.
that street goes that way, and there's
Mhm.
another street that goes this, and then there's that and this and that. I mean, and then the bottom street goes actually up, if in our
Right.
perspective, even though that's technically not what's going on. But once again, the hills were not we did not make the hills, and then we did not build
The
in
hills
things
don't have
in-
eyes. Oh,
Yeah, well, that's
Sorry.
completely different.
The
'cause
hills
some of
aren't
them
alive with the
do.
sound of music. Just
Yeah,
saying.
no, yeah, yeah. Hey, NANA.
Hi, NANA.
Nay.
But anyways, so
Na,
this
na,
just
na,
shows
na.
that we built things.
Na, na, na,
Okay,
na,
Al.
na.
We built things into
Mhm.
what they were, and I believe that this is something where a flood, a local flood, or something did come through recently. So some of it looks a little bit different than originally. But it wasn't a motherfucking global flood that causes. So, anyways,
No,
let's
no.
blow on. Let's blow on to direct energy weapons. That's what
Yeah,
we're
okay, here we go. God.
gonna be fun.
Number
You
5.
mean the Jewish?
Over the past few decades,
lasers?
extreme
Hey! It's the globalist lasers. All right, we're just
Yep.
gonna go with that,
Hold
right?
on,
Oh
is
yeah.
is
Oh yeah.
globalist a
If we
euphemism
say
for
it like
something?
that, then some people will not figure out that we're being cunts. Oh yeah.
Right?
Sorry.
No,
And by
no, we're
some
going.
people, you know who you are.
Yeah, well, no, we are going to actually say the right. Well, because there's been 2 people now that have claimed that there are space lasers that are lighting fires, and it is Tim Pool and Major Green Twat. And
They
Tim
claimed
Pool
that with
recently-
Maui. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Maui fires. He said, and then some of his co-hosts were like, "Yeah, well, it could be," and it's like, "Oh my Jeebus Christ!"
The
no,
problem with
Jeebus,
that, I
no.
watched something and they actually looked back at the images people were using. One of them was like a time lapse of a SpaceX launch in California that looked like a laser hitting the
Yeah.
ground, but it was a time
Yeah,
lapse
exactly.
of a SpaceX launch. They reverse searched
Yeah,
all these images,
Yeah, it was definitely not.
and then I
what
found
they
it. I
said.
found
yeah, if you
that
do that on a
Maui
long exposure, like-
was actually suing the power company that supplies power because they knew with the hurricane that they had all these winds hitting that part of Maui near an airport, and the power company did not turn off the power lines, and those are what started the fire, and it just went
Yeah,
from
I
there.
heard something about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah,
suing them. Maui's suing them.
There is a paper trail, and there is
Oh yeah,
fingers to be pointed at
Mhm.
through actual what happened. Like, and California fires did not start by a motherfucking space laser,
No.
especially a Jewish one. That doesn't make any sense. We have proof that there were certain things that happened, and I just found a news story about a QAnoner who talked about space lasers, and he admitted to starting 13 wildfires. in
wow.
California.
Yep.
Okay, but were they also in
went-
Congress?
No, he was not.
Okay.
He was just a psychopath that they found that he was a firebug. He was a firebug, right?
Yeah, an arsonist.
So he
yeah.
liked to be
So
an
that's-
arsonist. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And then
I
they
was just-
caught him. They caught him doing a fire somewhere, like I think it was on a building or something. And they brought him
Yeah.
in and interviewed, and he's like, "The Jewish space lasers." But I did light all those fucking forest fires. It's like,
You know what the
dummy.
conspiracy theorists latch onto is when you see images of fires afterwards, and like the trees don't look like they're touched, but everything else
Because-
around it, because trees have a whole bunch of water in them.
Yeah, and when you have a flash fire or you
Yeah.
have a fast moving fire,
Yep.
it is not hundreds of miles thick per
No.
se. It could be 50 feet, and it is just going through everything.
And it's
then
not slow enough to ignite the trees on fire because they're full of water.
because sap,
Mhm.
water, and a handful of other
Yep.
things that could have happened. If you look at like the way some wildfires happen that aren't flash, they actually will skip around. So like they'll burn
Yeah.
down every house in a block except for like one house.
But one thing you gotta realize too, cars and houses and buildings, what do they have in them? Chemicals.
And that's
It's not just the
major
wood, it's also
burning-
the chemicals
yeah.
that help ignite the fire and keep
And
it going.
it's all
Well,
you
in-
goddamn
in-
flesh humans too. Never should
In case of a fire, you're better off in a wooden house than in a concrete house.
Right.
That's made of concrete and steel.
Okay.
Yeah,
bye,
so,
Al. See you later, hun.
Yeah, later,
later,
Al. Okay, so let's blow into what they call direct energy weapons.
Yeah.
And let's see where they're going with this, because this
Yeah.
isn't just a space laser thing. It is also, they believe, certain governments hold these certain weird technologies that they're going to get into. And I'm not gonna burst
Oh, they're gonna
into
mention
bubble
China.
because-
Just watch.
wait, China. It's always China.
It's always China.
Sorry, I'm sorry. China.
China.
I'm so,
Oh,
God.
how does the cunt say it?
Fuck it.
How
Fuck
does the
He says
Oompa Loompa
China.
say it?
Okay. Here we go.
China.
Weather events have been getting worse and worse. Hurricanes, typhoons, droughts, and wildfires have all caused devastation to communities around the world. According to scientists, this is an effect of the rising global temperatures, putting more energy into Earth's weather systems. But according to conspiracy theorists, at least
That's
one
how
of
that
these
works.
has a much more human cause. According to this conspiracy, since at least 2014, wildfires in the United States have been caused by direct energy weapons. Direct energy weapons sound like something out of science fiction, but are real devices.
But they
no,
are.
No. They okay, sure. They're technically something, but they're not what these idiots
Not what
are
these
saying
people
that
are
they
claiming.
can actually do.
Correct.
Do we have small versions of this? Fuck yeah. But are they controlling the weather? Are they starting fucking huge, massive fires? Are they?
No.
No, unfortunately. Well, actually, fortunately, that's not a real fucking thing right now. Can we cloud seed? Can we do a handful of other things that will like kind of influence certain situations? Sure, but not really. You know what I'm saying?
And these people get climate change and weather. They think they're the same thing, and it's not the same thing.
No,
it's not.
Climate is long versions of weather systems,
Yes.
not
Yeah,
short
and-
versions, not a
and
week long.
Yeah, but you can quite notice it quite well.
Yeah.
Like how weird the seasons are these days. Like they're not the way they used to be.
We're some people believe that we're ending at the end of an ice age. So that we've had many ice ages and we're at the end of this the present one, and that the Earth does literally flip its climates. Like they have found vegetation.
that is a
up in
fact.
the
That
north
is a
they
fact.
found vegetation, and
but
we're to that
humans
point.
are-
But will it happen in my lifetime? No.
No, but like
And
but humans are accelerating the
We're
rising
helping it,
temperature.
but we're not the
We're
main cause of it,
totally-
like some people think. We're not helping it, but we're not the main cause. We've accelerated it.
Because we're accelerating it, like a lot of nature does not have time to adapt. Which
it's all
otherwise
you.
would.
It's all you goddamn fucking people that eat the cows. We got all the cow.
Nature
farts going
can
into
adapt, but
the-
I think nature
fact.
can adapt, but it's going to take a lot longer for it to adapt. Yes.
We just
Yes,
need to throw.
and that's
we just
and
need
that's
to
bec-
fling.
and since we are accelerating it, like nature does not have enough time to adapt.
But the sad thing is we could all give up our homes and go live in caves. Someone's going to bitch when we have to burn a fire to stay alive and stay warm and cook food.
Oh yeah, that's
Do you know what I'm
true. And,
saying?
like,
It's like nothing we do is gonna stop it.
And the problem
Unfortunately,
is
it's not the people that is the problem. It's the corporations and
Well,
governments and a handful of other things that are really pushing a lot of this
Yeah,
stuff.
and, like,
that it makes it to
both
where, like,
both sides are getting very extreme.
Yeah.
And like in a way, yeah,
Mhm.
it's needed because like people just need to get a kick under their ass and like, hey, look what you're fucking doing to the planet. That is
Right.
a fact.
Right.
no,
But
it's gonna go away.
It's
Right.
getting so polarized and I think a big problem is that is America and their and the
I counter that.
political system over there.
I counter
because-
a lot of that though. It is a political system, but not just in America. Look how bad China is and their pollution and everything.
Yeah, no, but like
there are a lot of
the-
places far worse.
No, but like the
but-
Western world is all we like. Europe they all look at America as
Of
like
course.
big brother that they want to be like. And
Yeah. But then you
then
get
all of
people
you
won't
over
looking into
here
Europe
get-
is what they want to be like Europe. So
get your-
yeah, no,
get your
I know,
business-
but like
it's so funny.
no, but
Anyways,
that is
Anyway,
So really quick, let's keep delving into the stuff and things.
Yep.
So Jason, yes, it'll go away when the agriculture collapses. Yes, once we start eating humans and each other, that's when that's gonna be.
And see what I kind of laugh at in a way is, well, we need to go from
real
fossil
purge.
fuels and go electric. Okay, that takes precious metals for your batteries, and then and because the batteries are so heavy, you go through tires quicker. So there's the rubber issue. Not to mention, you can't take a car from here across the United States because the infrastructure is not built for electric cars right now in that regard. It's like mainly in the cities and things like that.
Yeah, but also the thing with that is like, yes, you need
Batteries.
more, like, but if we do not go electric, it will never be made to suit electric cars.
Hey, why aren't we putting a fucking hamster wheel in there and making our kids fucking drive the cars? God damn it. They're the youth. They got the energy.
and like
as well.
they're like pushing solar panels and shit like that.
But even solar panels, you've got chemicals to make the solar panels. There's never going to be a good solution to this.
And they're not as bad as some people say, but we do have clean energy.
That's what.
But nobody want to hear it.
No, I got
that's what
that is a scary thingy.
Next Wednesday, we're going to talk about a little bit of that with the power plants.
Mm-hmm.
And also, well, we already talked about the solar paint, and then there is something else that we were talking about. So eventually, we will somewhat be able to find the ebb and flow. Right now,
people are actually getting very innovative with how to get electricity, which is
also
a
like
good
the
thing.
the more solar panels you put up, the more power stations you need to compensate if you have like low power production.
That's what the children are for. You put them on the wheels.
No,
never mind. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
There is one clean, safe alternative for power, and that's nuclear.
Yeah, nuclear is very nuclear.
Well, see, and now we're able to make them into smaller versions of things because it's just a reaction. It doesn't 100% mean the toxic version as well.
Right.
Just that reaction, it can be made in a handful of different ways.
Yeah.
That is clean. That there is not a coal power plant ejects more radioactive material into the environment.
I know. But there are smaller versions that can be considered nuclear, and they work non-toxic, but they can be smaller. And anyways, we'll get into that. I have a handful of things that
every
we
nuclear
can get
power plant is
into
non-toxic.
Well, the rods, right? Isn't that the whole thing with
it's the nuclear waste is what's been the big issue.
Nuclear waste,
yeah,
but,
and so now there's ways
like,
to not have that extra stuff.
The biggest
because we can make small versions of it.
Yeah, they're trying to make it modular now, so like you can build a power plant, and like you don't have to say like, oh yeah, this city is gonna need this much power in like 20 years. You can make the power plant and add modules every time it needs more power.
Mm-hmm.
And like the one of the biggest power plants in America has been running for like 30 years, and has the waste they've got is less than a football field. And that's material you can just walk by. Like it's not like if you get near that area that you need a hazmat suit.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways,
sorry.
Let's keep going on with this. That's not what this thing is about per se. And we'll be talking about that in the near future. Different versions of stuff, because I have a handful of things for us to go over for different power energy sources and ways to get them and when and how and blah, blah, blah. But anyways, I need to step away for a millisecond to take a piss.
Okay.
So I'm going to begin playing this. Yes, I was on Neil's show a year and a half ago, 2 years. I don't know. I don't know how
I don't
long
think it was
ago
that long.
but yeah, everybody. Yeah, it's been a while.
It was
Anyways,
about a year ago. It was February or March last year.
Okay, so it was about that.
Oh, that was too long. Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Sorry.
totally
11
launch
months
our
ago.
nuclear waste into the sun and other planets. Definitely, I am so
that's
for
not an
that.
option.
I'm just kidding. No, we're not doing that.
No.
Okay.
Fuck
Anyways,
it.
let's keep going on. I have to
now
take
you guys fucking.
We could be like in Futurama, shoot all our garbage in the air and have it whip back at us, you know, 1,000 years
similarly.
later.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I need to begin this because I have to take a piss.
Go take a piss, Lib.
Oh yeah, I need to do that and that.
That are being developed by several countries, including the US. They use electromagnetic energy to harm their target and can take the form of lasers and high-powered microwaves. Officially, while these are in development, nobody has been able to make this kind of system work in a real-world setting. But conspiracy theorists believe that this isn't the case. The weapons have been used to cause wildfires with devastating effects. The most recent time that this has happened was on the island of Maui in Hawaii. Wildfires tore through the island, destroying homes and leaving ruins in its wake. The exact cause of the Maui wildfires is yet to be determined, and it's still being investigated. Theories involve the strong winds from a nearby hurricane and extreme dry conditions, but it could also have been downed power lines. Generally, it's believed that the fire could have been caused by something artificial and spread by the weather conditions, but it was not intentionally set. But this conspiracy suggests that the fire was started and helped to spread by direct energy weapons. At the time, many images and videos were shared on social media that seemed to show the weapons in action. These included bright lights being fired down into a populated area, or in some cases, up from the ground.
Long exposure.
One video showed a fireball coming from nowhere, allegedly just before the wildfires began. Fact-checking sites and news outlets have been able to find explanations for all of these images.
Explosion in Michigan.
That was the thing about
And
that was
and that's
and we have
this
proof that it
camera
was
flare.
not.
It was explosive in Michigan, and that light shooting up is just a light for the camera.
it's camera
artifact
flare.
from the camera. Yeah.
Sure. Exactly, Emily. We already know that we're.
I was talking about
fake news.
Nuclear for a second ago. Homework for the next stream for everybody. Look at that channel, and after you've watched that channel, you know that we need to go nuclear.
Okay.
It's not. That's just.
I have a handful of things that I would like to go over for. Oh yeah, him. Okay, but anyways, let's keep blowing onto this. So let's see what number 2 is, and it's NASA. What is this NASA thing? I've never heard of this
It stands
before.
for never a straight answer.
Okay, I don't know what this is. I'm going blind into this. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Of course, I'm fucking joking. Yeah, Kyle Hill is fucking awesome. Here we blow.
Number 2. There are few organizations that have as many conspiracy theories surrounding them as NASA. Most of these conspiracy theories involve the agency's main focus, space, either covering up something that's happening in space, such as the flat Earth theory, or simply pretending to achieve something they didn't, like the many moon landing conspiracy theories. But one conspiracy theory is concerned with a discovery NASA allegedly made here on Earth. The conspiracy theory started on social media a few years ago and asks why NASA stopped exploring the Earth's oceans. According to the theory, NASA's original mission involved exploring the Earth's oceans, and this mission came.
I think they're back at doing that.
What are those letters for?
I
What do the
actually
letters stand
think
for?
we.
National Aeronautics
Aerospace?
Space Administration. National Aeronautics and Space Administration.
Where's the nautical part of that then?
There is no nautical.
It
It originally started out as it had another acronym back in the early 1900s. That's where NASA.
But I
NASA's
believe
doing it.
NASA began. I believe NASA began looking into the oceans again. So yeah, great fucking. We're not.
NASA's just not about space, okay?
Yeah, and we're not making fun of the person who made this.
No,
because
no.
They're just. But yes, they're representing this, but no, they actually have gone back into the ocean stuff. I want to say that Sea Lab, wasn't that run by NASA or something close to that, or it was they had association, or NASA people did go down there and stuff. I don't remember. So the 1970s, I think, is the Sea Lab thingy-mabobber that they built. I think it was associated with NASA at some point, maybe just in the beginning until NASA broke off to only do or mainly doing more space. So I don't remember. But anyways, let's see what they say. Yeah, and so this person from the 1920s to 2006 was the first woman who mapped the ocean floors. And I believe that they were technically hired by NASA or a protege of their, and yes, NASA is controlled by the lizard people. Duh, we didn't have to say that. That's obvious. That's a given. Anyways, let's keep going.
We're not to an abrupt end in 1978. The organization then turned its focus on getting humanity off Earth as soon as possible. This leaves questions about what was discovered lurking beneath the ocean's surface and why it scared government agencies so much.
That was not the reason why NASA began looking upwards instead of downwards. It was because it's a lot harder and a lot more manpower, and they killed a lot more things went. Let me put it this way. I don't think more people died. I think more things happened trying to get to the bottom of the ocean than it did trying to launch people into space. So it's easier to try to put somebody in
and
low
like,
atmosphere.
There was something called the space race. Like they wanted to prove something to the rest of the world.
And the space race, but also, dude, it's insanely difficult to throw things downward into atmospheric pressure underwater than it is to get us to ISIS, right? So how
ISIS?
I said
What?
ISIS.
Yeah,
The space station.
The
What's the
ISS,
space station called?
The ISS. Yeah, like no, that's true. Like in the space station, there the difference in pressure from outside and inside is so small, especially compared to like if you would go underwater. Like
What
their
happened?
pressures are so fucking immense.
What happened to fucking the douche nozzle that fucking brought the submarine douche that brought those 8 people down with him, and
Yeah.
he did not keep regulating it. They were supposed to not take that. Those vessels are only supposed to go into those certain circumstances only a handful of times.
Once.
And then they're supposed to be destroyed. Well, I thought it was supposed to be 3, but maybe it was just
3 or 5. It wasn't that many though.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or
It
even
was
one.
it
Let's
was
just-
made for once, but like
Okay, sure.
if
Let's
it can do it once, it can do it twice. Oh, it can do it another time.
Let's just say it was regulated to only go down once. Motherfucker took
No,
it down
it
how
was
many
not
times?
regulated.
Yeah, too
It
many.
was not
One too
regulated
many.
at all.
Yeah. Because what did he say? What did he say to the regulators? He said, they're trying to put too many restrictions on me. They want to regulate me.
Gee,
too
I wonder
hard."
why.
They're holding back progress. And like
I will
Yeah,
say
and he wanted to go ahead, Mama, right quick before I say
the ISS, the pressure inside the ISS is 14.7 psi. The outside pressure is pretty much next to nothing, but there's still a positive pressure system. You go down the water, I forget the depth, but at just below the surface to 100 feet or whatever it was, it's 14.7 psi. You go any far below that, it doubles. It just keeps doubling and doubling
I don't
and
know how
doubling.
much it is in PSI, but like I
30
believe
feet
every
down. 30
pressures.
30 feet down. 30 feet down is like insane pressures. Like
For instance, a soda can has over 30 psi. Just a soda can.
Yeah,
right.
And so I have scuba dived and I've snorkeled and all that stuff. When you go 10, 20 feet down, everything starts pushing on
because you got the water above you being pulled down too by gravity.
Everything's pressing down and in and around, so you are being pressurized by this. So what is the PSI, brainless, at 20 feet?
I forget how far down it is, but yeah.
Let me say 10 meters for all of you.
Every 10 meters, like
okay, let's go 10 meters.
Like every 10 meters is 14.5 psi.
Okay.
So if it doesn't matter how wide it is.
So 10 meters, gotcha.
If there's 10 meters of water above you, that is 14.5 psi.
Right. And if you go down 10 more meters, you double that, right?
Let's say
Yes.
you go 5 more meters down.
Right,
and
but
just
you
one
literally it's
times
doubled each as you
Yeah,
far
no,
get it just keeps going down exponentially. Yeah.
Well, not
It keeps
no,
getting
no.
worse.
Just every 10 meters is another 14.5.
You just keep
PSI.
adding the
Let
14
me
point
s-
whatever and every 10 meters. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find this. So my stepdad used to make unmanned sea vehicles for
We
the
know.
Navy.
We know by now.
So anytime a ship went down that was military, or anytime a
Mm-hmm.
aircraft went down in foreign waters, he was sent out to the middle of fucking nowhere on a ship to cut up pieces of this vehicle or this
Mhm.
thing and bring it back over so they could not no other government could find it and backwards engineer the technology to figure it out, right?
Yep.
So let me just look up this right quick. Let me see how if I can look it up. So it is underwater pressure on a styrofoam cup, because that's what they used to do, was put styrofoam cups.
Okay.
I don't remember how to I'm just gonna see if I can do cup. Okay. So this one kind of shows water pressure. This will show this. Okay, so here we blow. So share instead. So now can we see? So this is a styrofoam cup at regular on the
sea level.
Earth.
Yeah, sea level.
Yeah, sea level.
Atmospheric pressure.
Then, yes, and then
normal styrofoam cup, and then at different depths. And look at that one. That one was 1.6 miles down.
1.6 miles down.
Oh yeah, because there's a lot of
that
air in
one.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it does weird things, but that shows you how deformed and how much pressure is being pushed on all of these things to make it do what you're seeing in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's go ahead and get back to here for a second. We'll go a little bit more with this, and then we'll get on to the last one. And oh my jeebus, we'll do like one weirdo doing something. Well, maybe we'll do the
videos
man
about
doesn't live
you?
in the sun. Yeah,
Weird.
exactly, similar. Oh Jesus, did I actually have it sharing, or am I not sharing?
You're not sharing.
I figured. Yep. Okay.
You're not
Thank you.
sharing because you're not sharing.
Aw.
Yeah, sharing
is caring.
Exactly. Sharing is
sharing.
caring.
And caring
I'm
is
just
not
kidding.
Sharon is Karen.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Somebody fucking clip that bullshit. Sharing is Karen. Oh my god. Okay.
It's frequently cited that only 5% of the Earth's oceans have been explored, and only 10% of the ocean floor has been mapped out.
Get down there.
Given the fact that the ocean makes up the majority of the Earth's surface, even those without a mind for conspiracies are left asking why that is. It would make more sense to try to find out everything we know about our own planet before exploring others. According to this theory, NASA agreed and spent
It's because the oceans are scary. Have you seen all the fucking big sea animals? Oh my god, it's so scary down there.
about 20 years exploring the ocean before mysteriously stopping. The original conspiracy videos never go as far as saying what they believe was discovered in 1978. They just simply ask the question. There's one conclusion that can be jumped to, though, that there was something intelligent beneath the water that humans...
Yeah, totally. That's
Number
why we
one.
have it. Okay, so here we go with number one.
Lots of conspiracy theories begin with people being skeptical about what they're told without any evidence. A degree of skepticism can be healthy, but when it comes to denying factual evidence and requiring an unattainable amount of proof, it can leave someone questioning anything and everything. The conspiracy theory that ancient Rome didn't exist started with this healthy skepticism, and has since become something else entirely. Unlike the phantom time hypothesis, which suggests medieval Europeans decided to jump forward a few hundred years, the Roman conspiracy theory believes that everything that happened during the classical era was completely made up, There are a few different versions of this theory. The version that's become popular in recent years suggests that the Roman Empire itself and classical Rome were made up around the 1500s.
Why?
It's well known that
Why?
Rome
What the
incorporated
fuck are you
elements from
talking
other
about?
cultures
Why?
into its own culture, with things like its religion,
Why?
language, and architecture being influenced by other Eastern Mediterranean cultures.
Why? And especially this. Why is this a thing? Hold on. Can I move this? Oh, why is this a thing? What is this? What is going on here? Okay, I'm sorry. I got distracted with
that would in fact debunk the Bible.
Look at all this stuff that they are pretending is going on in this
know.
fictional fucking painting that's
Why
definitely
would
modernized.
Yeah, no, but why would cultures come up with a fake culture that was like
how
mostly
long was
better
the Roman
than most of all the other cultures that ever were around?
Hold on. How long was the Roman era like technically a thing? 2,000 years? 1,500? 1,000?
I don't know.
400 years.
About 1,000 years.
Yeah. So
Rome? No,
how
not
could you
Rome.
how could you fake fucking 1,000 years, you weird twats? I don't even understand that bullshit. And where do we get a lot of our philosophy from? Where about yeah, exactly. Thank you, Anna and everybody else. Where did we get all our fables from? Where did all this fake stuff come from if it wasn't from them? Right?
The problem is
Who's
they look at the architecture in a lot of ways too.
Yeah.
And they're equating what looks old, therefore it must be old. Not
and then
necessarily.
I know I was talking about Greek and not Roman per se, but it
Yeah,
kept
yeah, yeah.
progressing those ideologies through there, and it wasn't so like the Roman culture. Like, where do we get orgies from? Where do we get fucking bathhouses and stuff
From your dungeon? We get those from your dungeon.
well,
we all know that.
I taught the Romans and the Greeks about oiling all the young men up,
And the Turks too. Remember, Turks have bathhouses too. Turkey did so.
Yeah, exactly.
So all that area. Mm-hmm.
And then also in Asia, they were already doing similar things like that as well. So we did have all of this stuff. And the other thing that these conspiracy theorists, Jasper, what exactly? No, and the other thing that people need forget or they don't understand is they think that like aliens came down and like went around the world to teach people all the same things at the same time. No, the progression of evolution happens almost in the same exact way, right? People's minds change. We figured out the wheel, and then once you figure out the wheel, you're going to figure out a horse-drawn carriage. What's the next thing you're going to do? Is you're going to do a wagon. What's the next thing right? There's a progression in the way that the mind works and stepping stones of technology. So just because this country or this place around the world figured out kind of the same thing at the same time does not mean there was somebody going around the world or the earth teaching everybody the same kind of things. Yes, could there have been a traveler that went from this country to another country and taught in this
and found this like, hey, I found this great thing. It's called a noodle or something, and brought it back, say from China to Italy, right?
Here's the version of a compass, right? If I take this thing and I go like this while we're going on the ocean, now we can tell where we're actually fucking going.
Right.
That wasn't brought to us by a foreign entity, which would have been an alien, the giants, the Nephilim, the blah blah blah, whatever the fuck these
Borg.
Borg.
Yeah, or well, I can't tell you how I influence the fucking humans yet, but same difference, right? These things happen in a certain progression, in a certain way, shape, or form. If you look at Aboriginal cultures that have been around the same time, right? They're like 2,000 years old. They have similar technologies. Have they ever connected with us or other people? No, but they still have figured out a way to do a bow and arrow. They still figured out a way to poison an arrow. They still figured out a way to cook things properly. They most of the times do some type of sacrificial body augmentation that are kind of done almost in the same ways. It's either piercings or by cutting, and it's in a certain level, right? There's nobody running around. There's no aliens running around the fucking world teaching these people those certain things to get to a certain level. it's the progression of their thinking in where they are and how far they want to go with their ideology and technology, right? Because even when white people do come in contact with some of these, they just start wearing their t-shirts or they start barely getting influenced by it. But a lot of times they're still like, dude, I'm still gonna make corn, or I'm gonna ground corn the same way, or I'm gonna do we're still gonna hunt pigs with a bow and arrow. Why not? There's no reason for us to change what we're doing. But again, nobody going around teaching these people levels of technologies. So why would it happen for the rest of us, other than Catholicism going around the world and white, I'm gonna say it, fuck it, British people colonizing the world? That's where there is
Fucking
this
colonizers.
Colonizers and fucking colonizers.
Yeah, that's rich
where
coming
we
from
have
French mouth, but
that's where we do have the ebb and flow of that, right? Where there is a jump in people's technology. Anyways, let's keep blowing on with the silliness of why are people making up 1,000-year history that wasn't there, that doesn't make any sense. Why did the Greeks come before, and then why did we have the thing after? Like, why would there be 1,000-year gap? That doesn't make any fucking sense, you weirdos.
But according to the conspiracy theory, this wasn't neighbors sharing cultural influences. Instead, later Europeans, normally working for the church, took elements from cultures that did exist in the classical era and gave them to Rome. It's also alleged that the works of literature and other writing created by the Romans were actually created by Benedictine monks. The conspiracy theory claims that there are no surviving manuscripts that could be dated to the classical era. And
why would they lie about that? And the one thing I want to fucking show really quick that I didn't notice before, there's cars down here. There's vans. There are mobile vehicles with fucking tires down here.
Yeah,
oh my
but
God,
this all looks really AI.
Well, obviously it's AI, because look at this motherfucker's head. What the fuck is going on over there? Like, dude, he's got a head, he's got a goat head back here, and he's got a goat head up here, or a goose head. I don't know what's even going on anymore, but obviously this is AI bullshit. Especially with, look at these birds, or owls. I'm guessing they're owls, but for some reason they look fucking cracked out as fuck. Anyways, so yeah, dude, the idiocracy of this is just so silly as fuck. Okay, so let's blow. Let's get it to another thing right quick. This is not new. I really wanted to get into the Nazi town in America, but we're gonna do that another time because like it's been a hot second. How long have we been here? 2 hours. Do you want to go over Nazi town, or do you want to go over the guy that doesn't believe the sun is real?
Ooh. Oh, I'm leaving that for the side chat. Like, they both sound very interesting.
Or we can go over incels, because that's a 10-minute, a 10-minute, and a 9-minute.
Yeah,
and there's also
I'm down for doing 2 more, but never mind.
There's also this gentleman who he used to be an artist for Peanuts and a handful of other things, and he's gone conspiracy theorist, and he's an artist. Okay. We're just gonna do it this way. Oh Jesus, this guy's fucking. Okay, we'll do it this way. We're doing it this way. We're doing it this way.
They say it takes 1,000,000 years for the heat to reach us. It wouldn't have dissipated a little bit over 1,000,000 years by the time it gets, I don't know.
This idiot.
Yeah. So he just said that the sun takes 1,000,000 years for its heat to get to us, when it takes 32 minutes. If I'm incorrect, please fucking
8 minutes.
Somebody
8 minutes for the light to reach us from the sun.
8
minutes.
Okay, so 8 minutes it takes for the light to hit us, which means that the heat from those rays will take maybe a little bit more time because of the atmosphere. Fuck it. Let's just say.
Okay, what he's not realizing is there's no heat in space. There's no temperature in space.
Yeah.
The heat that's reaching
Yes.
us is due to our own atmosphere.
Yes, exactly.
That's the photons reacting
with the
over
particles
here.
in the atmosphere.
Yes,
Right.
Yeah, so
there's no heat
that
in
heat
space
takes 8 minutes.
because there's not enough there's not enough temperature, not enough particles for the heat to bounce off of.
So he doesn't understand the concepts of.
No, he doesn't.
Say 1,000,000 miles away from the sun, it wouldn't have, have you seen what happens when someone floats into space? They freeze instantaneously. It makes no sense.
It's because they freeze because there is no heat in space. Just like
There's no
our
heat.
mama just told us. She told us that there's no heat in the vacuum
there is
or
not
near
enough.
vacuum.
There's not enough particles
for the heat to transfer, right?
Yeah, no, but also
Exactly,
like
Timoleon,
what is
so-
heat? Heat is energy in the
It's
particles.
radiation, right?
It's the
The
particles.
radiation is what we feel. When we
Yeah,
feel
no,
the
but
heat.
it's also the particles moving really fast, and if there's no
Yes.
particles, there
Right.
cannot be any heat.
Yeah,
So-
while they're falling through the atmosphere, it will cause.
Here's where
almost like
he's thinking of Deep State Union. The light takes hundreds of thousands, if not more than 1,000,000 years to get from the interior of the sun to its surface. That's what he's
Yeah, that's
referencing.
true.
That's what he's
Okay.
referencing. Not from the
Or-
surface of the corona
Thank
to
you, Commander.
Sure.
Mhm.
Thank you, Commander.
Yep.
And or
Thank you,
the other
Commander.
thing this idiot could be
Mhm.
saying is the light from distant stars could take that long for their light to hit us. And so again,
Mhm.
he's misrepresenting whatever information he's got. I
Right.
don't know. And you know what? When you smoke as much
No, but okay, there's just one thing that like I just started actually looking at him,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
but like, come on, he's an adult, and look how the fuck he's wearing that cap.
I have to say, I've seen him do these arguments before, but with
Yes.
different backgrounds. He just
Yeah,
keeps
no, but like
rehashing
how
the same
he is
old
wearing
BS
his cap, like
because he thinks
is-
it's cool.
He thinks he's still lives
Yeah.
in the early 90s
Look
or
at him.
something.
It's
like,
a sideways
yeah,
cap.
like,
I look cool.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
I'm one of you. I'm one of you kids. I'm cool.
Okay, so here
Right?
we blow
Fuck
with what
you.
he says about the sun. Yeah, no, it's so
You're
here we
not
go, here we
you're
go.
not fresh, and you're not a prince.
That's right.
For fuck's sake.
Come on.
Come on, Beavis.
Let's talk about the
There
sun.
you go.
Okay. Apparently, it is 150 million kilometers away. 100 million miles.
Just because your dick
Not 100 million,
is micro,
100 million miles. He said it's
not.
93 million miles.
Yeah. And just because you have a micro penis and you don't understand distance or size or length
Mm-hmm.
or girth does not mean that you don't understand
Pencil
actual
dick.
size, you dumbass. Yeah, exactly. Just because you don't understand size, it doesn't mean that we're wrong, you fucking twat. Yes, your girlfriend
Holy
probably pretends
moly.
to tell you you're big and that you're 8 inches when you're 3. So
Mhm.
again, you don't understand size or distance, especially when you pretend to like smack her in the face with your wannabe penis. And she goes, "Yeah, Big Daddy. Oh, that's so huge." And she's totally like hitting up the pool boy to come over to fuck her later. Is it
Lord.
our fault that you don't understand the
No, Slim.
concept
She's got one of
of
your. She's got one of your
detachable penises?
detachable
in
penises.
her-
You know.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
mhm,
yeah.
Is what it is.
And remember, you can
And no,
get
it's not
my
purple.
detachable penis drone to you if you pay the right price. And
Right?
then- I don't know, RB, what you came into. But
Hi,
here we
RB.
blow with whatever they said. Hello, RB, and I feel like you're somebody new. And if not, let us know if you're
Welcome.
not new.
Why
And if
am I
you
not seeing that? It's, oh yeah,
if
there,
you're
there.
new,
Yeah.
and if you're not new, well, welcome again. And let us know if you.
And what the
care
fuck did I just
before.
come into? Some guys have said that, at 3:00 in the morning, leaving the bar after leaving the bar.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're
Mhm.
definitely coming inside of this dude not understanding the concept of size, thickness, and girth. Let's keep blowing on.
Yeah.
And it burns around 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, so we're already trying to misrepresent the
Yes, and we already know everything he said was completely,
wrong.
with what he said.
Mhm.
He doesn't
Cue Luke
understand the concept of
Skywalker.
yeah, he doesn't understand the concept of what real numbers mean,
Mhm.
and big numbers are scary.
Close to 6,000 degrees Celsius. I used to work at a steel company, okay? To
here we go.
make metal.
And steel
Mhm.
is not you bear. I mean, yes. Do you use high temperatures per se? Yeah, but that's not a gazillion degrees. Like we're talking about a fusion reaction, right? This is not just a normal.
It's the difference between sticking
lighting
your hand in a
of
boiling
fire.
pot of water and then sticking your hand in your oven while the oven is on. Those are two vastly different things, right?
Or sure, or it's like sticking your hand in front on top of your stove a couple inches up and
Right.
having somebody taking a flamethrower and
Yes,
actually
same
having
concept.
your hand
Correct.
go through it to
Mhm.
some extent, right? I mean, because well, I mean, nuclear fusion of the sun is a little bit different.
It's different, but yeah.
There is still kind of the same difference where you know the heat off of your stove is there, and then a
Mhm.
flamethrower being projectile with ignited with fluid that ignites, right? That it's being projectiled out of or pushed out through a nozzle is going to cause something completely different. So
Mhm.
just because your sideways hat doesn't understand the concept of what a nuclear fusion actually is, isn't our fault. Again,
Yes.
The furnaces burn around 2,000 degrees. And you can feel that heat from about, I don't know, 25 feet away.
Yeah.
So you're telling me
particles
that
in the
something
air.
that only burns at 10,000.
yeah.
Thanks to particles in the air.
Sure.
Thanks to the atmosphere.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And then,
Heat
once
transfer.
again,
It's a thing.
douche nozzle. You're talking about not having protective gear on around these things. No, the reason why you wear like a padded suit to like weld and to like smelt
Mhm.
metals is because you are getting so close to such dangerous temperatures and heat and light. The reason why you wear a welder's mask is because the light that it shines out can damage your eyes and you can go blind
Mhm.
from looking at that. That's not just because it's barely shooting out any type of light rays and or that it is a very he's trying to downplay how hot things are getting.
Yes.
To make the sun seem like it's not hot. But have you ever put your hand in front of a fucking welder? Yeah, no, try it, motherfucker. See how long
and
your
also
fucking hand lasts.
that is the sun and its surface.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're talking.
That's
and
not
then
what,
when it has a
what they're
solar
saying.
flare,
Like that, it's not the heat that's getting here.
yeah, and then once it has a solar flare and a handful of other things that happen constantly or throughout its existence, that does a whole nother other thing that he is too small-minded or smooth-brained to understand as well.
1,000 degrees can be felt at 150 million kilometers. Does that make sense to you?
And he
He
not
just
saying
doesn't
the
get
right
it.
words
He doesn't get
again.
scale.
He's not saying he's not saying the. So RB, will you please do us a favor? And if you like this,
welcome, RB.
stream,
Mhm.
yeah, will you please subscribe? We're almost at 700. I feel like by next Thursday, which is in 1 week, we're at 698 subscribers. I feel like I can get 2 more subscribers by motherfucking next Thursday. So let's blow on to something right quick, and we're gonna have to dedicate a whole thing to the Nazi Town USA and a couple other things that I have. So
Okay.
what we're gonna do right now is we're just gonna go to the like
This
weirdest conspiracies through Joe Rogan.
Oh my God.
My
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Okay. I didn't know this was Hitler stuff. But let's
Oh
go
my
to
Lord.
this one, maybe.
Okay.
Let's
Is
listen
there
to them
anything that's
talk
not
about
going to
how
break
birds
TOS?
Yeah, let's listen to them talk about how birds aren't real because they
Okay,
didn't
okay.
get that it was
Yes,
fucking
please.
fake.
Mhm.
So
Wait, there
let's
weren't
end it
hats?
on this. Remember, all birds are fucking fake, especially in the Americas. They are government
They're
spies.
just
that are
drones.
spying
Mhm.
on they're government drones that are spying on you. And if you have a parrot or any kind of bird, they're only there to spy on you because birds are not real. And here's our proof from Joe Rogan.
On the PKA podcast, they talk about how birds aren't real.
What about the conspiracy about birds not being real?
Dude, I know dudes that believe.
That was my next question. Are there people who don't believe in birds? But you just confirmed to me that you actually know someone who doesn't believe in birds.
And even though this was a fake thing,
Yeah.
literally,
Oh my
there
God.
are people that still, just like Hans Wormhat and the other weirdo, they do
Mhm.
not believe that things are real. And here is the thing: if we do research on the person, well, there's actually 3 different people that were in college that started the birds aren't real thing.
Yes. Mhm.
As a joke to conspiracy theorists like the flat
Mm.
earthers and other anti-realist believers, right?
And a little thingy.
Yep.
This is going over Joe Rogan. There's an awesome song about people following the Shepherd Rogan. Link in the side chat.
It's in the side chat. Okay, maybe we'll go over that in just a sec, or that'll be the ending thing. We'll see.
Tell me more about that.
So birds aren't birds. There's no such
Put it in
thing
the
as
private
birds.
chat.
Animals don't fly. Have you ever seen any other animals that aren't birds fly?
The bat.
Exactly. Nothing but birds fly, right? So they're not real. They're actually government robots. And why would they chill on on power lines, right? That's weird.
This is the dude who I think that Josh Paul. I think he came up with this. I think he is.
Yeah.
One of the 3.
I
that
think
have
he
propagated
looks
this.
he looks like the guy actually.
Yeah. So I believe that he is one of the propagators of this fake conspiracy. But just watch, and everybody, you're welcome. But
Yeah, it's
watch
the same. It's
everybody
the
else.
same kid. It's the same
It is,
kid.
it
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Mhm.
So everybody watch everybody else in their stream and just watch their faces because they don't know he's trolling them yet.
Weird. Why would an animal chill on a power line? Exactly, because they're recharging. They're not actually. They're robots. They're government surveillance robots that sit on power lines to recharge.
Seems
For
like
what
a
it's
lot of
worth, the
fun.
people that I've heard say this, I know to be quite mentally ill. I've not met people that are like of sound mind and reason that firmly believe this.
I think it's a similar group of people that believe in the gang stalking stuff. They often have mental illnesses.
Dude, we're gonna have we'll go over gang stalking. If you don't know what it is, we'll do another.
The people
we'll
that
do an episode.
I believe that the vast majority of flat earthers are trolls. In that,
I agree.
like, they really enjoy being like, no.
Yeah, they're
So,
contrarians.
there's an
Mhm.
ice wall. Yeah. Oh, they don't let you
Right.
fly over that. They love the idea of like finding their dumb friends and getting them to actually believe in it. But the problem is that their smart friends hear it and they think it's funny too. They're in on the joke, and so they pick it up as well. I think that the vast majority of flat earthers are like snickering behind their
Sadly,
their
no.
hand as they look at the person who's just like doing the research.
Sadly, that's
Okay.
not true.
Dude,
Yeah.
I looked into it last night, man. Is this for real? And they're just laughing their ass off. But
Found a
no,
4chan post.
I didn't know about the fake birds until maybe a year or 2 ago, and I've read the same shit about how they're charging on the power line.
Yeah.
I guess there's supposed to be surveillance.
Yeah,
but-
that's what it is. The government's
but-
watching.
God, they're wasting so much money making those fake David Attenborough documentaries. I just can't believe it. I watched
So
an
much
hour
bird
and a half
propaganda.
I watched an hour and a half on tropical birds last week. Like they produced all of that just to keep up with the lie. I don't know.
You fell for it, man. The turkeys we eat on Thanksgiving, they're robots.
See, if they just told me that like
Yeah,
some birds
exactly.
aren't
Come
birds,
away.
I'd be like, fuck, that's
Yeah, all the quails that we eat or that we've hit, and all the chickens and all the other fowl that we eat. No, it's all fucking.
No,
fake
but
for
what
no
he's
fucking
saying, like
reason. I mean,
that's also true. If they would say some of the birds aren't real,
yeah,
that would be so much more convincing.
Yeah.
I'd like him to explain birds 1,000 years ago. Then
I would like him to explain how
Aliens.
dinosaurs made all of the birds that we know. I mean,
Right?
Give me a second. Did you put it in the private chat, Brainless? Because I don't have a thing to do that unless you want to play it.
No, it's like
Private.
But it's probably will get you a copyright. But
Dude, well, that's why we. God damn you, Harry Warp, son of a bitch. Yes, of course that is the sync plug. But anyway, well, because the other thing I was gonna play was. I think it's an effing funny. Did I put that there? Yeah, probably. The other thing I was gonna play was. Okay, we're gonna do this for fun for a second, and then I'll play the Bro Brothers remix, whatever. But here we go. All you flat earthers, if you don't think that you can find the distance of the things of the stuffs or something, here you go.
Turn any lens into a macro lens, and today I'm going to see how macro we can get if we put 20 on a camera. Now the first
this got put up. That was suggested to me as well. It was a funny thing.
Oh my god, this is so fucking fun. He put 20 macro lenses on a motherfucking camera.
Just like before, I invested a small fortune into buying 10 more tubes, and the next day the postman came.
Wow.
Then proceeded to start stacking all of the tubes together, and I attached it to the camera. Now to test this contraption, I decided.
Yeah, use this to bring the fucking whatever over to the curve, motherfuckers.
To shoot a microfiber towel, since I can now see micro things. And then
this is macro.
The problem here is that the longer the lens is, the more picture quality you lose.
I know it was a macro lens and not a full screen, but it's so fucking fun. Look at that's the biggest, blackest. Never mind. We'll talk about that later. Okay. Let's now just get into this. And we're gonna end on Trump flipping his crap in this. So here we blow.
All right. If you want 4 more years of Donald Trump, let me hear you scream.
Oh my god.
Ding ding ding
Shut up.
ding 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 ding. Okay. Ding 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 ding. I'm the mega king. Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of our country. We got to get him out. Joe Biden is truly a threat to democracy. Well, why? Two reasons. Number one, we just said part of it, but number two is he's incompetent. We are the party of common sense, and that's what we are. You know, we're conservative with this, but who cares? We're the party of common sense. We told make America great again. Joe Biden doesn't know. He says we have to stop America, but he doesn't know what it means to make America great again. Ding 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 ding. Okay. Ding 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 ding. I'm the mega king. Every day the Republican Party is becoming more unified. Vivek, please come here. We are in the middle of a war in this country. It's not between black and white or even between Democrats and Republicans. It is between those of us who love this country and a fringe minority who hates the United States of America. If you want to revive national pride, vote Trump. If you want to revive our national entity, vote Trump. If you want to make America great again, vote Trump. Vote Trump, and that's how we do this. God bless you. And your families and our United States. Vote Trump. Vivek, we love him. Dynamo. He's a dynamo. And this I do for Vivek because he's very big into ding 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 ding. Okay. Ding 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 ding. I'm the mega king.
So this
I'm
is
the mega
if
king.
you
Oh my
heard
god.
them before. It's the Remix Bros. Everybody go there and go show them some love.
I just showed
Watch
more of
it.
that. Yeah, but you got some funny shit.
Yeah, no, we've played them multiple times on this channel for sure. So, all right, folks, there we blow. We're gonna start getting the fuck out of here. Did Pip post yet whether she's going to be doing something tomorrow or not? Brainless.
Not yet, but like,
okay,
you know that old cunt. Like,
It could be last minute tomorrow too,
Yeah,
so we
you
don't
know,
know.
totes. that like
But we'll let you guys
I'll
know.
wait the next day. So yeah,
Keep your eye on the
so we'll let
Discords.
everybody
We'll let you know. Mm-hmm.
If I'm lazy, which I may be. We may do a game stream on my channel if Pip
Okay.
doesn't. We'll see. We'll let everybody know tomorrow. It matters on how tired and exhausted I am. But if I'm not doing shows this weekend, then most likely we'll do something or some things. Mama, is there anything you want to say before we get the fuck out of here?
No, just
or
check
share?
my channel description below. I had my What the Hell Karen today. So if you want to go over there and watch a really good Karen. Yeah. What the hell, Karen? Watch a really good Karen video this morning from this today, then you're more than welcome.
Awesome.
It's very impressive, this one. I give her props, this one. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
He's not a demon. He's the devil himself.
Oh, Copeland? Yeah. No. Devil's a lot better than Kenneth Copeland.
Yeah.
I would say Kenneth Copeland is
nice, that's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, the devil went down to Georgia.
Yep.
Exactly. Okay, well, I'm gonna play. We'll definitely play this out this way. Go ahead. Anybody say anything?
Do we have that link? Do we have that? Do you have a link ready?
Did you put it in the private? Did you?
No.
Okay.
But
I will most likely be there for sure this weekend because I don't have a show this weekend.
That is the deep state.
Yeah, I should be there this weekend too. I don't have anything forthcoming.
Share the
7
channel,
p.m.
please.
What time zone? What time zone?
Pacific. That's Pacific time zone. Eastern. I'm sorry, Eastern.
It was Eastern.
Sorry.
That's what I thought it was.
I'm Pacific. I'm tired, guys. I'm falling asleep. Sorry.
So, no worries.
Because if that's
That's Eastern time zone.
Yeah, midnight my time. Oh, Eastern.
Eastern. Yeah.
That's 7 p.m. Eastern. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what we're gonna do to get out of here is I'm gonna play this again because hopefully they don't whatever. And if you are watching this in the future, there maybe nothing right after this.
Oh, this again.
Not them again.
Boys and girls, they can't cancel my message because I'm
Billy boy.
Hey, Billy Boy.
I'm racist, yeah, right. I'm not ashamed because I'm if every Caucasian's a bigot, I guess every Muslim's a terrorist. Every liberal is right. I don't want to talk to folks who don't get it. Go woke, go broke, no hope. It's pathetic. Pro-choice, pronouns, pro-love, you're progressive. But you ain't pro-gun, no one to protect it. Where the American flags at? Remember when people would hang those? They've been taken down, they all been replaced with BLM flags or a rainbow. This ain't rap, this ain't money, cars and clothes. We ain't selling drugs.
Everybody go there and go sub and
Yes.
hit the bell and notifications and all that stuff.
The name will change,
right
by
now-
the way,
Nice,
but it'll still be channel will still be the
right.
same. Just the name will change.
Yeah, definitely. But right now it's Saturdays, right? That we're doing
Saturdays, 7 p.m. Eastern is the time.
Well,
time and date.
unless you're like me, then it's Sunday.
Yeah.
Well,
but we will be doing things, I believe, soon and other days. But let's build the channel. Everybody go there, please subscribe, go like and blah blah blah. Give all the attentions that we need for the channels. Go watch the streams that have happened. We have I think it was 2 that happened in the last couple weeks or something. So everybody go there and go show love to that channel.
Yes.
And that, good people, is why we got dolled up and dropped by. Well, I'm glad that y'all got dolled up and dropped by.
Thank you, Billy
can
boy.
see that I did that as well. So anyways, thank you so much for the 5.
Slim always wears his birthday suit,
Exactly. And just like we always will say and do, if you send a super chat and or do anything and become a member, we will give you recognition and we will say hello to you and make sure that you you understand that we do appreciate that so much for this channel. Part of the reason why we do this is because all of you show us so much love. I mean, I love doing this, but what pushes me more and more to do these things is all the interactions that I have with all my lovely guests and co-hosts and the Saitama chats and our members and all that stuff. Being monetized is a lot of fun, not
Right.
just for me barely getting paid, but seeing the way that you all interact with us and the ways that we can give you all an opportunity to have your own unique emojis that I have made for this channel so you can all participate with us. And it feels like this awesome community
That
that
makes
we've
it fun.
built through this. Yes.
That gives a bit of
exactly,
extra.
Timon. Yes. So anyways, let's keep blowing on with this. You're welcome, everybody, and we will see you in the next episode. I'm going to leave you all up here until we get done with this so we can keep laughing. And then when this is done, then we're going to bow out and we'll see you all
bow out?
Monday. We're going to do crazy shite if I don't have events this weekend, which I don't so far. So we're going to do crazy shite Monday. And Tuesday is going to be Flat Earth Dunces, I believe, and then we're doing Drunk News Report Wednesday, and Thursday will be our 700 sub special. We're 2 people away from that. So even if on Thursday we don't have 700, we're going to get everybody to push it on social medias so we can get over 700 for that special. And I have a bunch of fun stuff for us to do. And Mama is showing her pussy. So I mean, how can you not? Why would you not want to subscribe to us and or to watch live on a stream? Mama petting her pussy. I mean, geez, you losers.
Yeah,
Anyways,
Mama's stroking her pussy.
Yeah, exactly. It's Emily. And we'll talk about the OnlyFans that Mama has later. Anyways, let's blow on with this. So thank you everybody very much. But let's laugh at this idiocracy.
Drugs, we ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns, ain't promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes. I don't care if I offend you.
You don't offend me for not
putting to upset you.
If you turned my daughters and my sons into prostitutes and pimps, I would be way more offended than when you say they should just get a regular job at McDonald's and learn how to balance their checkbook. What are you talking about? Nobody's offended by you.
No, he's talking about turning your daughters into hoes, so they could till the soil.
Yeah, no, he's like, hey, you know that thing that has that that handle that has the thing that those hoes, I don't want them to turn into that. It's God damn it.
You can cry, you can scream, you can riot in the streets, you defunded the police.
Yes, Mama is. I will second that.
I ask myself, what would Ben do?
I love Mama's pussy.
Let's just keep it real fast.
What would Ben do? What would Ben do?
If you want my pronouns, I'm the man who don't respect.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look.
Don't be a wap. God. Wait, no. Wet ass pussy is what you want.
No, like that. I think that's
I want to be a white American princess. Okay, and you can't tell me I can't be.
That's what he's talking about. Because obviously it's not.
They heard the word and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's a bad."
No, like I said, once again, my wife, I'm Ben Shapiro, and my wife is a doctor, and she told me that I am not supposed to be WAP with her. But every time the pool boy is around, she gets WAP. And she said that is okay because she sends me into the corner to go do other things while while she is in the pool boy's pool house in the back of the yard. And for some reason they tell me I cannot see them for like an hour. I don't know. And she says WAP is only for the pool boy and not me.
So she is making him watch?
Well, I think that he's a cuck, and I believe that he probably would be tied up in the corner watching the pool boy fucking his wife. I believe that would be a thing.
Or the cyborg.
No, dude, I would totally fuck the shit out of his wife while he fucking was tied up and watched. I'm totally down for that shit, dude.
He's probably got that. I can get my rock soft mentality, but my wife's sitting over there in the corner, finishing herself off.
So Ben
Afterwards.
Shapiro, hit me up for me to cuck your wife while you're in the corner. I'm totally down, bro. I'll pay for my own plane ticket. I'll get my own hotel. I'll do anything that you need. I'll get my own Ubers, all that shit. I'll fuck your wife in front of you, homie. If you really need that to happen, dude, I can cuck the fuck out of you, homie.
But that would be the end of the marriage. Like, oh yeah, fuck, I want this every day.
No, he's got to pay for it though, because we're not getting jobs. He's gonna be the fucking bread earner to give us millions of dollars so that we can just sit around fucking each other
He's
while
just
we
sugar
bring
daddy,
in
sugar
other
daddy.
people and shit. He's got to be
that
the
ain't getting
cuck.
any shit.
Although if they didn't sign a prenuptial, I'm down for her to get divorced so that we can get $1 million from him, and then her and I can just fucking live our lives and keep fucking each other. Well, so hit me up, Ben Shapiro.
Okay, let's continue with the stupid song.
Yes. Here we go. Because I always go on these tangents once I get drunk.
Look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison, I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens. And I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nikki, take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's get a Billboard #1.
This ain't rap, this ain't money, cars and clothes.
Sorry.
We ain't selling drugs, we ain't
Yeah, that definitely ain't rap. It's crap.
It ain't rap.
Billboard #1 will never happen for this song. Sorry.
No, they did get #1 this morning on blah thingy.
When they went
I
to the
don't
toilet?
remember. I don't remember which one it was. It was Spotify or some bullshit.
Yeah,
but that's not
stuff
actually
that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Also,
not
one thing, if you want to
They
keep
claim it's
playing
rap, but I have my doubts.
download it, and play it from your computer and not from their thing.
Well, that's the whole thing about the right wing, is they go on these apps and they download the song, and that's what they go off of for that. But who downloads a pop artist or a top 10 performers music? Nobody. So it's only right wing weirdos that are like, oh, I'm gonna download this like fucking 20 times at 99 cents to get them so they can get their ranking in GarageBand.
No, but I mean like the YouTube video. Like if you want to show it again, don't give them the watch time.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And then again, this rap is not made for everybody. It's made for a specific set of people. So it's never going to go #1 on the top 10 Billboard. It's not made that way.
Exactly.
On the top 100 Billboard, whatever it is.
No women are gonna watch this and get WAP. Let's put it that way. And yes, Mr. Fair, is this rap? Fuck no, it's not rap. It's crap.
It's crap.
Those we ain't pushing guns, ain't promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes. I don't care if I offend you.
And why would you offend me if you're not telling people to do extremist stuff? You weirdo. He's like, I'm gonna be the fucking most suburban dad with my fucking family and my white picket fence. That's not offensive, you dumb cunt. The only reason it's offensive is because you, when we aren't doing those things, you cry to us that saying, oh my God, there's 2 women that are raising a kid and blah, blah, blah. I'm so offended. You're the offended one, not us.
Yeah, we're not offended by you doing you. We're offended by you forcing others to do like you.
Yeah, exactly. When you oppress other people, then we have a problem. You pretending to be a non-drug using rapper that doesn't get a limo and gets hookers and or goes to the strip club and drinks. Nobody's offended by that, you dumb cunt. Like, that's the most unoffended you could be, you twat. Like, if you said that you did all those things, I would say maybe I could be offended for your lifestyle of abusing people and or drugs and or alcohol or other things. But now you're saying you're the most whitewashed fucking person on the earth. I'm not scared of that, especially Ben Shapiro being the Orthodox Jewish person he pretends to be, even though like we totally know he is a sellout for money, but he pretends to be that kind of orthodoxy kind of version of Judaism where I have one wife, multiple kids, and then we do this and that, and then I wear my is it a yarmulke? Is that the
Yes, yarmulke.
Okay. I'm sorry if so the yarmulke and the
It
other
covers the
thing
crown
you
of the
know,
head.
You
Yeah.
guys know everything.
He
We
watched in this song he said, I don't wear a hat, I'll wear a yarmulke. Yeah, we know, motherfucker, what that fucking bullshit is. We know the difference between a hat and a yarmulke at this point in time, most of us. So, anyways, let's blow a little bit more onto this and then we'll get out of here.
I was playing through the sad,
No, you were not.
You can cry and you can scream, you can riot in the streets, you defunded the police.
Why would we?
Protect you, I'll defend you. I ask myself what would Ben do? Let's just keep it real fast.
Ben would probably cower in a corner
I'm the man who don't respect you.
and get cuffed by every man on this earth.
I guess it's cool to be the
No, we're not mad.
I'ma be the man.
No,
you
you're not.
you said, you just
look at how horrible your tattoos on your
Yeah.
motherfucking face are, bro. Like literally, the fucking tattoos on your fucking face are fucking so bad. It's not even fucking funny, homie. Nobody's mad at how dumb you look. Do I look dumb? Fuck yeah, sure. I don't even give a flying fuck how I look to other people. But you're telling us that this is what society should be? You with your fucking $10,000 haircut, all these fucking fucked up tattoos on your fucking face and neck, and what are you wearing on your motherfucking wrist? You're saying that you're for the people, and dude, you want to know how much that fucking wristwatch costs? Probably $12,000. But you're for the people. You're down to earth. You're doing this for the people. No, motherfucker, you're still doing exactly what you told us not to do. To fucking throw money at the stripper pole, to not fucking spend money on alcohol, to not get the fancy car, to not get the fancy gear, to not fucking over fucking produce yourself. What are you doing with a fucking earring in your fucking face and all the tattoos and that wristwatch and your fucking hairdo? All of that costs $1 gazillion to fucking have done, dumb cunt. And you're telling us that you're fucking down with the people and that you are fucking on our level? Fuck you, motherfucker. You have no idea what the fucking it's like to be a fucking normal, because you and Ben Shapiro are fucking rich bitches and you grew up inside of that. Yes, partially did I? Sure. But I still lived on the streets. I still was homeless. I still lived fucking the real underground lifestyle, putting on events. Has these motherfuckers ever understood the concept of fucking starving or actually having to rob people so they could get money and or food or other things? Fuck no. These motherfuckers don't understand the concept of being around fucking people that are less fortunate than them.
And Slim, like, I've never been in that situation, and I think they're better off than I have been in my entire life. Like, I'm better off than my parents. Like, so yeah.
These people have never understood less than $250,000. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they needed something, they could be like, "Oh my god, mommy! Oh my god, daddy! Oh my god, the whatever I need," and they could get that.
Oh my god, sugar daddy!
That or sure that, but most likely it's their family. They were born into richness, and so if they needed to get thrown, they were born into money, and if they need to get thrown money to like produce this album, produce this music video. Do you think a record label produced this? No, it was him and his family and his parents most likely that put up the $10,000, if not $20,000, to make this music video, and they didn't even bring Ben Shapiro in to being shot with them at the same place. They did a green screen and they brought him in. So $20,000.
Oh, he is a Canadian rapper too.
And he's not even American. He's Canadian, and he pretends that he's American, and he says Americans need a blah 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 blah. No, homie, you're not even fucking American, just like most of the people. Steven Crowder is fucking Canadian, and a couple other people are fucking Canadian that are the ones that are fucking like, yeah, blah, exactly. Okay, so
Right.
anyways, let's just blow on to the rest of this, and then we'll see you all.
And BT Dubs, he's a former pro wrestler, so he's got pro wrestling money behind him as well.
His family and him and other people already have lots of money, and that's why he looks like this. He's able to do these stupid, nonsensical fucking songs.
Yep.
Just like, what's the fucking pro-Trump rapper that fucking
Oh, I can't remember now.
Bosnos or whatever the fuck his name is weird
Yeah.
as fuck. It's like something like that, right? Anyways, he has money from his dad owning the car selling magazine that went around the country. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Auto Trader? Is this
Yeah,
the
it was
Auto Trader kid?
Yeah, it's
okay.
the Foz bitch ass little fucking cunt.
Yeah.
He was able to do all of his stuff because his uncle, well, his grandpa had that, and then he's been able to leech off of all of the monies from that. And guess what happens if your family runs motor vehicle resale stuff? You can fucking do whatever you want with motor vehicles. So when he has a fucking Trump vehicle, yeah, the mayor of Magaville, that fucking douche nozzle. So he can do whatever he wants. So he can buy a fucking limo and for no amount of money from the backwards fucking Arkansas or fucking the middle of nowhere, right? Have it transported to somewhere, and he can have it revamped, repainted, put on huge ass wheels, blah blah blah, yakety schmackety for no amount of money, because he knows the way to have that done, because that's what his family's been involved in. So that's why he has all those weird, crazy vehicles.
It was his grandfather who owned Auto Trader.
Yeah. So Fasha Blow, the rapper or whatever his fucking name is, and I'm not gonna say it right because I don't give a fuck about giving him the right title, because fuck them. Same, just like this douche nozzle. I only will call him McDonald. I'm not gonna call him by his first name. And anyways, so let's just go a little bit further into this, just because I want everybody to experience the idiocracy, and then we're gonna get the fuck out of here. And it's been 2 hours and 40 minutes, and a little bit more.
You just try to get attention, being triggered's all you have. You mad, you mad, you mad. You blame everybody else for every problem that you can. You sad, you sad, you sad. I will never.
Wait, we're sad that we do drugs, that we have money, that we have we bought stripper poles for our sexy ladies to dance on, and that we have cars. Oh, and I have body modifications and all that. Oh, we're mad about that for no reason. What are you talking about, you psychopath? And literally, this motherfucker looks exactly like me, except for that he runs on the fucking extreme white fucking premises. What makes you better than me, homie, when you are saying that I'm lower than you, even though I look exactly like you? My teeth aren't as blinged out as your punk ass. And actually, I think my face tattoos are way better than yours, motherfucker. So fuck you for pretending that somebody is oppressing you or that something's happening because
no one's
of whatever.
ever oppressed him. Sorry.
No, of course. No. He's been able to walk up to like every fucking situation and be like, okay, well, my daddy is the trader of the land. Can I get a loan for, no, and he's never struggled in his entire life with look at how fucked up his fucking eyelid tattoos are of fucking wannabe money signs. Homie, you are a dumbass for letting your face look that fucked up. The only thing I'm going to give you is you are a dumbass for letting your face look that fucked up for being as rich as you are, homie. That's your fault. And why do you have an X in your forehead? Do you know what the X in your forehead means? That means that you're expelled from society, from religion, and from other things. That means that you do not believe in God anymore. That's what one of the X's that they used to put into people's heads during different periods of time is an excommunication from society because you did not believe in the God at the time and or the Jeebus and Catholicism and other things. So you're just wearing anti-religious stuff on your fucking face, like
Right.
having hog under your lip, and you don't even know that you are wearing anti-religious stuff other than you are just a front for making money for whoever you figure you can make money for, which is the right wing at this point. You probably thought you could have been a wannabe black gangster at first, and then you realize you can't make money doing it because you're so fucking white bread and you don't understand what it's like to live on the fucking streets because you can Grubhub $500 worth of fucking groceries every single day if you wanted and never leave your house. And you don't understand the concept of living in the streets or busking or holding up a sign or anything like that. And dude, your fucking forehead, that whatever is on the top of your fucking face that is written out, dude, that is shite as fuck, homie. If you're that fucking rich, you should have your face fucking fixed. Anyways, let's keep going.
I'm sorry, I ain't taking nothing back. I don't care if I offend you.
Nobody's offended by you.
I was put into a setting.
Nobody's offended by you.
You can cry and you can scream. You can riot in the streets. You defunded the police. Now there's no one to protect you. I hope I offend you.
That's not how the world works, you twats. Okay, we're done.
We got to be done with him. He's giving him too much time as it is.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. We'll see.
Thank you, guys.
The next day or 2 or 5 or 6 or 9.
Yeah.
I don't know. Obviously Monday we're gonna get back to crazy shite because I don't have a whole weekend of shows this week. But the next couple weekends we will be doing. I will be doing shows all weekend. So crazy shite may be pushed to Tuesdays. But next week is gonna be crazy shite for Monday. We're doing the 2025 project, which is a fascist.
No. Oh no. Oh.
The fascists are trying to push a certain thing to get blah 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 yakety schmackety, and so
Yes.
we're gonna go over
That is so
that.
fucking scary.
Yes, they came out with like a multi-page document called the 2025 project, and it's literally just straight fascism and Zionistism and anti-globalistism, which means getting rid of the Jews. I hate saying that just like out, but like that's the way.
Actually, they want them. They want the world in the way they want to have the world.
They want pretend rich white men to be in charge, and they want women and everybody else to be under them. So it's just the fascisms of the olden days brought into new versions of it. And this is how they are projecting. They're trying to get that to work and how to get the immigrants out and the non-whites out and blah blah blah. And it gets really scary. And I wasn't going to go over this until I heard a handful of people keep propagating theologies of this, and it's scary that Trump is still even close to being talked about, being put into the things. And once we get into the dumb things or crazy things that the MAGA people say, I have that stream coming up soon. This falls into that, and this is going to be a springboard back into the crazy things that MAGA people say, because we have to understand some of their ideology before I show some of the other videos. So that's why we will be doing that Monday. Tuesday is going to be Flat Earth Dunces, Smooth Brain somethings. I don't remember what I called it. It was Smooth Brain something. And then Wednesday is Drug News. And then we will be doing this.
We call them smooth brains. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was called Smooth Brain Ideology or Smooth Brain
Something like that.
Philosophy. Or I don't remember what I called
Yeah.
it for that. But then Wednesday is Drunk News Report, and then Thursday will be the 700 sub special. We are
Woohoo!
2 subscribers away from being into our 700 subs. And like I said earlier, if for some dumb reason we have not gotten to 700 by the 700, we are going to have everybody go out and reach their fucking friends and fans and everybody and be like, just subscribe. And eventually I believe we can get to 700 before next Thursday. And if not, well, whatever, it doesn't matter. And
You're close enough.
yeah, well, we should get there, or it should be there by then, or whatever. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. And anyways, so that's next week. So thank you all very much. Hopefully Pip does something tomorrow. If not, maybe we'll do a game stream. I'm not 100% sure about that. There may be an event that I'm gonna go to, but Saturday is then our NASA substation,
Deep State Station is what it's being called right now. Mhm.
Sure. The X shills will be doing something, and then Sunday I'm sure something's happening. So thank you all
Right.
very much for being
Thank you,
here.
everybody.
Yeah, thank you for being in the side chat and then responding, and then thank you all of our guests. We will see you all in the next episodes.
Yes.
So
See you next time.
that's real right.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Bye.
fuckers.
Have a good night.